we would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Cahuilla, Tongva, the Seño, and surrounding peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. We are grateful to have the opportunity to live, work, and create on these beautiful homelands. Enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to the New Play Festival 2022. Cool, wow, I'm getting blinded by lights. Sweet, so if you haven't met me before, my name is Paige. I am this year's festival coordinator. I want to thank my co-coordinator, Aaron. He can't be here tonight, they're having a baby soon, but he is phenomenal and he will take over next year. Okay. This is the first year that graduate students have run the New Play Festival, and the way that started is I was having a conversation with our artistic director, Kimberly, and I was like, that probably wouldn't be hard, right? And it turns out running a theater festival is extremely hard, so I have a long list of people to thank. Our production team, which is Ben, and Johnny, and Sarah, and McKenna, and Dorothy, and Gus, and Chris, and Brianna, and Cosme. We had a phenomenal casting director, her name is Adriana. We had a brilliant student dramaturg, her name is Julia. She did our blurbs in the programs for tonight. I want to shout out Kate Ange and her entire dramaturgy class for their work in our workshops. Who else am I thanking? Our faculty director this evening is Rickerby Hinds. Our artistic director, Kimberly, I got emotional last night talking about her. But tonight, the biggest thank you is to our brilliant Esther Banegas Gatica. She is a parent. So as we were putting together this festival, we were short on faculty directors, we were short on a lot of things this year, and I talked to Esther and I was like, is there any way you can direct a play? And she is stretched really thin and she did it anyways. I know nearly everybody here has been really, has had a big impression put on them by Esther. She is a dear, dear friend of mine. I'm not going to say more because I will cry, but I would like to thank our talented actors as well this evening. And for some of them, this is their final UCR show, so I'd love to have the graduating actors please stand so we can honor you. There will be a 15-minute intermission in between shows this evening. What else? Silence your phones, take note of the exits in case anything goes wrong, and enjoy the show.
Latinext, written by Esther Banegas Gatica, directed by Rickerby Hinds.
I am Chad, a male white passing Latino casting director in my mid-30s. I have a strong desire to insert my name in the pantheon of successful industry producers one way or another.
I am Veronica Valladares, a female in my late 20s. I am beautifully confident. Think young Sofia Vergara, maybe like a pageant queen on steroids. I've lived in the US since I was 15. I am never white or Latina enough, ever.
I am Yanisel Ruiz, a female in my late 30s, free spirit type. Cuban American, migrated here when I was 18. I'm a single mom and proud.
I am Ana Lucia Rebrollo, a female in my early 20s, Gen Z aesthetic. I am from Spain and I am the most white passing of the 3 actresses, and whatever that means.
Chad enters. He carries 2 white pastry boxes that cover his face. He can barely balance all of them.
Oh, shit! Oh, man, please be okay, please be. Tom, no, you got smushed. I guess I'll have to eat you now. Presentation is everything.
Chad eats the pastelito and smiles. He doesn't notice the guava filling that is spilled on his nice white shirt.
Damn, that's good. I forgot how good these were growing up. I should eat the others so they look even, but...
Chad's cell phone rings. He gets startled and puts the pastelito away. He jolts up and wipes his hands, picking up the phone from his back pocket.
Hello, Chad Rubenstein, speaking of TTSA, Talented Talent-Seeking Agency, where presentation is everything. With whom do I have the pleasure? Oh, my bad, boss. I mean, my apologies. It's such an honor to speak to you. Yeah, your assistant keeps changing your numbers, so it's hard for me to save them all. Thank you for calling me yourself. I expected Cindy. What's that? Yeah, I mean, I could learn all the area codes from California, even though I just moved there and they are all kind of similar to the Miami ones where I grew up. But yeah, no, I didn't. I should definitely know the area codes so that I always know when it's you calling. I should breathe when I speak. Yeah, no, I know, boss, you've mentioned that before. How's it going? It's going great. I mean, it hasn't started yet. Yeah, nice, yeah. Nice. Did they install the humidifier? Was that in our rider? I don't think Sydney CC'd me. I will confirm or deny that for you in just a second. Oh, you won't be here on time? By here, you still mean on Zoom, correct? Yes, but the AD and senior CAs will be right in person. Oh, wonderful. Oh, no, sir, I am not afraid. I am very excited to lead this casting call. Again, thank you so much for entrusting me with the diversity branch. It really means a lot. Oh, no, I am not brown-nosing. I mean everything that I say. Scout's honor. So I should push everything back at least 15 minutes? More like 45? Oh, yeah, that should be okay with our auditioners. It'll give them more time to prep. Sure, no, I know actors are really patient and considerate, rational people. Yeah, so, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but did Cindy not deliver my itinerary 2 weeks ago? She didn't. All right, well, I will forward that to you immediately. So to distill it real quick, we are seeing 3 candidates today. Yes, they are all female, and did you get the chance to see their portfolios? I curated them myself from their Instagram, YouTube, and Backstage profiles. There's no Wi-Fi in Aruba. Gotcha, yeah. No, that makes sense, boss. So, no worries, I can totally give you the breakdowns of who they are, and, like I've said, I've seen their work extensively, and that's why I suggested that we meet them. Well, they are all based in Florida, and, this is where I graduated and where I'm from. Yeah, sure. I can stop talking. I will check on that humidifier for you.
Chad hangs up. He looks exhausted. He shakes it off and walks through the other door. After a moment, the entrance door opens. It's Veronica Valladares. She is wearing heels and a black dress that accentuates her body appropriately. Not too slutty, not too demure. She has a beautiful purse.
Hello, good afternoon. Is anyone around? TTSA, Talented Talent-Seeking Agency. Great, as long as it's not TSA, totally sexist assholes who would have pat me down, then I'm good. You are light. Light is you. You are strength. Strength is you. Everything that is meant to be yours will be yours, and everything that isn't won't be. You're enough. You are enough.
Chad enters. her manicured hand.
Chadley Rubenstein.
He shakes her hand robot-like.
Oh, Rubenstein. Wait, sorry to ask, but is your grandfather...
Yes, but I did not get this job as a hand-me-down.
Oh, come on, no one thinks that.
No, not people do. I mean, nepotism is my grandpa's favorite type of ice cream, after all.
Haven't tried it.
Oh, no. Never mind.
Got it. Well, it must have been nice being his grandson, though.
A thrill, and...
I'm Veronica Variedades. 5'8", brown hair, hazel eyes, 120, single and non-union. Yes.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh.
I mean, not your weight or relationship status.
Oh.
But I know you are Veronica Valladares. I was going to ask if you had signed the sign-in sheet.
No, I haven't, but wait, so you know me?
Yes, I sent to your agent my request to meet with you after seeing you were gone.
Que Pasa USA, the play? Or Get on Your Feet, the musical? Or...
No, I didn't see you on stage. It was that Quibi series, Carnaval Exotico.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, you were amazing in it. I loved your catchphrase, "Sí, papito." Yeah, the whole thing was so unique, authentic, and so culturally refreshing.
So by culturally refreshing and authentic, you mean...
Different.
Okay, guapo. Whatever you say.
Isn't guapo Spanish for handsome?
So you know Spanish?
Only, Duolingo level. I'm sorry, did I just offend you and not realize it? I want to be called out for it if that's the case.
Just a tad disappointed you thought Carnaval Exotico was culturally unique and authentic.
It was, though.
That was a sham of a show, and I am glad it got canceled.
Why?
It was humiliating to do that accent. Great pay, but awful in all senses for me.
Didn't the platform just fail?
Yep, Quibi was a quickie.
What a stupid concept for a platform, honestly.
All of a sudden, from outside, we hear,
Repinga, I'm not giving you 5 stars. Te fuiste a McDonald's como que si me importa que no desayunaste. I needed to be here at 11 sharp. Ah, ridículo.
the sound of tires squealing can be heard. The door swings open to show Yanisel Ruiz with her loose, bouncy curls and empowering aura. She's wearing a black jumpsuit and Converse, with several shopping recyclable bags as totes. She plops them next to Veronica. She shifts a little.
So, welcome. It's lovely to meet you.
Yanisel.
Yanisel.
Come, mierda. Yeah, Yanisel.
Great. I am Chadley Rubenstein, but I go by Chad.
Chadley, ño Dios. You're not from here?
I grew up in Coral Gables, but moved to California. I came back to audition you beautiful ladies.
Not a lot of Cubans over there?
No, mostly Chicanos.
Chinos Americanos?
No, we don't call Chinese Americans Chinos. Chicanos, Mexican Americans, so.
Relájate. I've seen Vida and on my blog. I know what Chicanos are. I was just joking. Jodiendo.
I see. Well, I appreciate the punctuality. We have a packed day today.
I have never participated in an all-day casting process.
I did, but for talent. Competition shows.
Oh yeah, which ones?
AGT, The Voice, The X Factor, and American Idol.
Oh, so you're a singer.
Not only a singer.
Got it.
Have you two met?
I am not sure. You look familiar.
I do have 2 rolling commercials on TV currently.
Possibly. Still, I feel like I've met you before.
Well, I'm Veronica Valladares, 5'8", brown hair, hazel eyes, 120, single and non-union, yet.
Repinga, tú sí estás ready. I am Yanisel Ruiz.
As soon as our last candidate comes, we will start. Please read and fill it out and then return it to me.
I filled it out already if it's the same form attached to the audition breakdown.
Yeah, it is.
Perfecto. I do want to let you know that usually we would get a schedule to see if we would be free for the shooting days.
Is there not a schedule attached?
No había nada.
Veronica?
No, I didn't see a schedule.
Okay.
Tranquilo, nene.
I can't believe I forgot to attach the shooting and rehearsal schedule. I need to fix this.
Chad starts working away at his computer. Veronica goes back to reading her Vogue magazine, and Yanisel begins pacing. Chad gets up to inspect the printer. This is both funny and sad. A man desperate to not lose this technological battle. He's given up. He stands up with his keys and phone and leaves. Yanisel's pacing starts picking speed, and she's running from one side of the room to the other.
Pow! 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 Pow!
Is that fire breath?
¿Cómo?
Que si eso es, how do you say breath?
I know English.
And I know Spanish.
Are you sure?
Are you? So is that fire breath?
Nena, yo no sé. I just do it because it relaxes my body. And it's very actor mumbo jumbo.
Okay, but where did you learn it?
I don't remember exactly. Maybe with some friends back in the day. We were doing this very physical and experimental play. It was Brecht, and una loca just led warm-ups and taught us that.
Oh. I learned it at DePaul, you know, in Chicago.
Yeah, I know DePaul University.
I learned it in our foreign techniques semester. I graduated summa cum laude with a BFA in theater.
Pow!
What's your alma mater? What did you graduate with?
I went to the Broke Bitch Academy and got a master's in doing whatever the hell I need to do to feed my baby. Perdón. Me gusta molestar. You know, messing with people keeps them on their toes. I didn't finish my degree. I got pregnant with the sweetest girl ever, Gigi, and I dropped out.
Are you union?
Almost, but still non-union. I bet I could get cast as a Hawaiian before they let me in the union. They're being comepingas about my last 2 on-screen projects. I had lines. They just cut them on the final edit, but let me not get into that.
I just haven't had as many on-screen credits as on stage, so the switching lanes has probably stopped me from becoming union.
Probably. I know theater rehearsals are longer than film shoots,
Have you
so...
considered going back to finish your degree?
So far, no. I mean, a lot of people get into student debt, which I did por pendeja, and later discover that this business doesn't care or prioritize that. If you're good, you're good. Lo que es pa ti, nadie te lo quita.
Do you really think they wouldn't prefer a trained actress with movement and singing experience over a novice?
I mean, who the hell knows what makes them choose who they choose? But in all the late night talk shows I see, all I hear is, well, I knew so-and-so, or I started when I was 2 months old, or...
I was dating this guy.
Exacto. Nobody makes it based on their resume alone.
The entrance doors slowly open. In peers Ana Lucia Robledo, effortlessly beautiful.
Hello. Is this where the auditions are happening?
Well, what project are you auditioning for?
I don't think I can say the name of the project because I don't know it, but...
Then you're in the wrong room, probably.
Oh, okay. So sorry.
Ana Lucia leaves.
So you're just gonna pretend you didn't just do that?
What?
Send little grisitos back into the woods?
Perdón, me gusta molestar. You know, messing with people keeps them on their toes.
Aprende rápido.
That expensive four-year degree means I pick things up quickly.
You'll know she'll still come and audition, right?
Ugh, see.
Chad enters again, this time with Ana Lucia trailing behind him.
No problem. The audition hasn't started.
Thank you. I know it's so easy to get confused and lost when you barely live here.
No one lives here. It's a business complex.
I'm in Miami.
Oh, right. It's all right. We all get confused, forgetful, or just overwhelmed, you know? forgot to print out those schedules.
You did?
Here's the sign-in form. I forgot my phone. I'll be right back.
Chad exits. Ana Lucia takes out her phone and ignores the form.
¿Y esto para qué estará atencionando?
¿Cómo así? Same reason as...
Español, para que no entienda.
Veronica's body language says, I want to talk shit, but can we not make it obvious? Yanacel catches her drift and acts accordingly.
Pero si está audicionando para un show latino, debe hablar español, ¿no? Con esa bandana parece pirata.
Existen muchos no sabo kids.
No sabe.
Yo no sabo español.
Ay, no sabía que le habían dado nombre a mi peor pesadilla. Por eso le enseño a Gigi español cada día. ¡Ey!
Si van tan anglo.
O sea, tú también.
No.
Yes.
Más así. Ella es flaca, sin curvas, rubia y en shorts. Por favor.
Chad returns.
How's it going?
I zoned out. Haven't filled it out. I got so anxious before auditions. But I'm getting to do more, so I'm sure I'll get over this fear someday. Right?
Sure. Never.
Oh,
What?
You never get over the fear of auditioning. If you do, you either think que sos la última Coca-Cola en el desierto and shit gold.
Or you slept with the director, producer, even with the casting agent.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Welcome to this experiment. Today, the three of you will be in this extended casting experience to be hypothetically in the next multi-contract hire for our studio merger. Today, we will go through several activities divided into sections to clearly assess all of your strengths and inevitable weaknesses. Sound good?
Exciting.
Is that why we need to bring this much stuff?
Yeah, sorry, the details were kept a little obscure, but yes, this is why I requested the different outfit changes, if necessary, and the all-day availability. Also, before we jump into more formal introductions, did everyone fill out the pre-audition survey?
There's a survey?
Fill it out and we get entered in a raffle for a 2014 Kia Sorento.
Really?
No, it's just a survey.
That's new.
Yeah, my idea. That way we, the casting agency, can get feedback on how to improve the audition process.
Oh, okay.
So here are the schedules for all of you to look over.
I didn't print an official resume. That's fine, right? My mom usually fills these out for me.
Perdón por ser metiche, but how old are you, Ana Lu? My name is Yanisel Ruiz, by the way.
I'm Veronica Valladares, 5'7", brown hair, hazel eyes, 120, single and non-union. Yet, pareces médico. ¿Qué dijiste?
Nada. Ana Lu?
Oh, actually, my name is Ana Lucia Robo.
Ana Lucia. What a regal name.
And I'm 19. Well, almost 20 the day after tomorrow. You both?
33 y bien vividos.
I'm 26, but can still get cast in a high school show for sure, like Maddie and Euphoria, for example.
Oh, for sure. You both don't look your age. It's giving me hashtag goals, am I right? Millennials still use hashtags as something funny, right?
I gotta take this, ladies, excuse me, but as soon as I come back, we will start.
Wait, so...
Just try your best to fill it out with what you remember, you know, any credits and training.
I can include high school, right?
Claro, if that's your most recent training.
You aren't in a BFA program?
BFA?
Big fat ass.
No! A Bachelor's of Fine Arts, the degree required to do what we do.
There's a degree requirement for this audition?
No. I mean, not required, but encouraged, obviously.
Okay, then no. I'm not in a BFA program and probably never will be. School really isn't my thing.
Is it anyone's thing? Maestros come pinga telling us they are better at everything than us?
You wouldn't want to get more preparation? Maybe some techniques under your belt?
I'm sure I can learn on the job. The more we do anything, the better we get, right? Hint tweet.
Theoretically. Tengo unos exes míos that kept trying and they never got better.
Pues, I don't regret my degree.
Of course not. Why would you? We all get to where we're meant to be eventually.
To me, life is a highway.
I won't ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I won't ride it all night long. Rascal Flatts in the Pixar movie, Cars.
I see. My Gigi seen it.
I was 4 when it came out, so big babe growing up.
Didn't see it.
Just because now you may not be where you are meant to be eventually, you can. You get on the I-95 North and you were supposed to get on the Palmetto West Freeway. You can turn around and get on the right track. Claro, but not without adding some extra time and exits to your ETA. So life is a highway.
Okay, GPS. Sounding like a long-winded fortune cookie.
Muy payasita, ¿no? Pero si quieres que te la dé una galleta, te la doy.
Hey, tranquila, sí.
Yanacel and Veronica's tension deflates when they hear Ana Lucia's Spanish. Ana Lucia's phone rings and she answers.
Mamá, sí, sigue la audición. No has pasado a audición aún. No me dice un resumen, pero hostia, cómo iba a saber que lo tenía que descargar. Mire, mamá, no puedo hablar. Te llamo luego. Te quiero.
Ah, eres española. No sabo kid my ass. She speaks the OG version of our mother tongue.
Did you?
Hear you both assuming stuff about me? Well, por supuesto.
Sorry.
Wait! I know. It's an accent. And here I was thinking you had no proper actor training.
Who speaks in fake accents to their mom?
Maybe she's a method? Are you a method actress?
You know people can mimic accents without knowing voice techniques, right?
Supongo.
Not again. I'm not acting now.
Impresionante. She's in so deep she doesn't even know she's doing method. ¿De dónde eres?
I was born in the U.S., here in Miami, but mostly raised in Spain. Barcelona, specifically.
Ah, international lady.
My parents are European diplomats, so we get to live in both countries back and forth.
That must be nice, no? Double the friends, double the experiences.
Theoretically.
Mic check, yeah. I'm a trendsetter, people getter, influencer that always gets wetter without the follows or likes. Don't like me, go take a hike. Oh, that was a good one.
Yanacel goes to one of her bags, takes out a small journal.
Are you writing down your rhymes?
Exactly.
See, that's why I called you a fortune cookie.
No, fortune cookies don't rhyme.
You want to be the female Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Not exactly.
His lyricism is damn cool.
If you want to sound like un high school history maestro and Molly vibes. Oh shit, I sounded like a no sabo kid.
What's wrong with Lin?
He's a trailblazer.
Nada, he's perfect. Un angelito prodigio. I love him.
Me too! With him and Hamilton, colorblind casting would not be a term. My niece was sad when he found out that Thomas Jefferson wasn't in fact David Diggs.
That's cute.
He's also making Encanto, giving my Tierra Colombia her much due flowers.
Ew, it looks like Coco.
No, because we are not Mexicans.
Yo no sé, I mean, colorful like Coco.
Ojalá he does do it justice.
He will, just like he did with his movie adaptation of In the Heights.
He didn't do me justice.
But it was so well done. What do you mean?
Echa ver que Linda's In the Heights, our big, bold Latino musical. Huge budget, huge director.
John Chu, who did...
Oh, Crazy Rich Asians.
All amazing stuff, pero mi gente afro-latina pues no se vieron representados.
¿Qué? So you're unhappy with the adaptation of our only contemporary musical, which is more than West Side Story. Again!
Did you know the only actual Latino actor was Rio Moreno? I read it in a Reddit thread, so not that long ago.
We know.
See, I agree we deserve more than big budget West Side Story by Spielberg, but still In the Heights could have been our crowning moment in cinematic history, and it wasn't.
That's a lot of pressure to put on one single creative project, no?
You really don't feel represented when you sing Alza la bandera cubana? The whole musical, but especially Carnaval de Barrio, is a love letter to all Latinos.
Oh, or the club scene. Oh.
Ay, Dios, sí, te entiendo. I enjoyed it, even with the colorism, but he didn't do our black Latinx gente any justice, and there's no changing my mind on it.
Colorism?
Oh, there was backlash for his lack of Afro-descendant casting.
But Leslie Grace, who played Nina,
Was light-skinned.
Giving priority to an Anglo-white casting.
so choosing lighter-skinned actors is an issue now?
Como así now?
Colorism, as you call it?
Or pigmentocracy.
Pigmento, abuela.
Hostia, tan tranquila. It's an actual similar term to colorism. Mira.
Ana Lucia gets close to Yanacel and lets her read off her phone. Yanacel, with the scowl, reads.
Well, however it's called, it's been happening and will continue to happen. I don't see the big deal.
Tu abuela no es una pigmea, sorry. You don't see the big deal? ¿Te tengo que comprar espejuelos o qué?
I'm not blind to the reality of this business.
According to you, what reality is that?
They will always choose the more attractive individuals as leads. It's not colorism.
So, from that statement, I understand that to you, people of Afro descent aren't deemed attractive enough to be leads? Entonces?
Black people are attractive. I mean, Michael B. Jordan is the only evidence that I need to back me up. He plays leads constantly.
But not Afro-Latinos. The point I'm trying to explain is that Lynn had a chance as a fellow Latino to display Afro-Latinos in a way other Hollywood projects would and could never.
Well, you explain it like that. Even if there were Black Latinx background dancers and Leslie Grace, it still wasn't enough.
It was a start, obvio, but for how inclusive it could have been, for how amazing it'd be for my Gigi to see herself in those characters on that giant screen, pues, hay mucha tela para cortar.
I think we are really hard on our own people. Writing and creating is hard.
If we are not hot ourselves, los otros will shred us to pieces. Also, he's a second-generation Latino, which explains a lot of gaps in his...
Oh, God.
Chad returns.
Hey.
Hey,
So, no rush or anything, but do you have any idea when would the day end?
well, it hasn't even started.
Sí, como, ¿para cuándo? Shouldn't we start soon? I need to pick up my Gigi.
Excuse me, I was having a private conversation.
Private? Por favor. Do you see how small this room is? ¿Qué crees, Analu?
That is pretty small. I did hear you both call me a pirate not that long ago.
Creo que es de muy pocos modales escuchar conversaciones ajenas.
Oy.
Huh?
Nothing.
¿Por qué te tienes que complicar toda, mija? Ya te dije que si lo que está para ti, nadie te lo quita. Con esa actitud pendeja no vas a llegar a ningún lado, Dios santo.
And don't say it when you talk to me.
I can project if you want me to. Don't push me, cause I'm close to my edge. I'm trying not to lose my head.
Is that your best? Maybe you lack the proper technique to do it, but if you open your diaphragm...
Hell, yeah?
Me tienes cansada con tu actitud de coco, café por fuera y blanca por dentro.
Yanacel, respira, por favor.
Is this a diction exercise?
You're frustrated because I think colorism is normal.
Ah, te han vaciado el cerebro.
So even if the process of casting, the lighter-skinned actors might have been better than the darker-skinned actors, Lynn and John as directors and producers needed to choose the darker ones? To save face? No! They need to choose the stronger performers!
That's the blank statement to end all threats of being canceled then? Solo los blanquitos son mejores actores. Vaya, qué casualidad.
What is going on? Ladies!
That's not what I'm saying!
Except you are.
The industry likes to lie and tell us it's a meritocracy when we all know it's only hypocrisy.
So casting is not ever based on talent?
Of course it is!
I'm sorry, Gal Gadot? Ruby Rose? Cara Delevingne?
No, Addison Rae, Jaden Smith, Colin Hanks.
What's wrong with Colin Hanks?
Need us to keep going?
What about the people you just mentioned?
Talentless models turned actresses.
Or TikTokers and famous celebrity children actors.
That's not fair. There are a lot of good-looking people who are good actors and a lot of celebrity children actors who surpass their parents.
Really?
Michael Douglas and Angelina Angelina Jolie.
Ay, no me importan esos vasitos de leche. What I'm saying is, if they help each other out, why our own gente can't help each other out?
He did do the movie. Lynn didn't need to do that.
But siempre se puede hacer más.
One day I'll be successful and wouldn't want everyone questioning if I could have done more to deserve it.
That makes sense.
Chad peers his head in from the main door.
Ladies, do you have a charger I could borrow?
The ladies shake their heads. No. Chad sighs and exit again, closing the door.
Así que a ti no te importa the concept of proper representation?
We are actresses. Our job is to be someone besides ourselves. None of this is real.
Wow, te digo lo que es ser una vendidad.
I am not a sellout. Why are you saying that? I'm Colombian and Venezuelan, a Latina just like you.
Ay, por favor, look at yourself and look at me.
What?
You are white passing.
That's ridiculous. Latina is Latina, period.
The proper term now is Latina or Latinext. Is more gender inclusive and...
Both Yanisel and Veronica stare at Ana Lucia, annoyed. She coils back and pretends to zip her lips shut.
Wait. We are all called for the same role? I mean, I know it's a callback, but we are not the same type.
That's ridiculous. Latina is Latina, period.
Seriously.
Ugh. The original call was for a Latin,
Hispanic.
Female lead.
pretty vague because does being Latina mean nationality?
Appearance?
Or language.
At least, Veronica, you got a reference to give casting directors an image to compare you to. Ana Lucia looks Anglo and I don't, and I'm okay with that.
Who? According to you, who do I look like?
Sofia Vergara.
Great, she's successful.
That's all you care about? She's a bimbo, caricature, Latina.
No.
Why would she mind? She's super hot and super famous. She's married to Joe Mango Nelio.
Mango. I see what you did there.
Así que you, the classically trained actress, are okay with the fact that when you say, I'm half Colombian and half Venezuelan, the images conjured are
Drug dealers like in Narcos, dictators like Chavez, and Sofia Vergara's rack. Sure. I don't have a choice. Our only jack of all trades and master of some is John Leguizamo. But everyone assumes he's Puerto Rican, so I can't even claim him.
I still don't get what's the big deal. Sophia's funny. Have you seen Modern Family?
have you?
Mashups look like on TikTok.
Ay, Dios mío. Mira, it's funny, claro, good writing, a great Emmy-winning series, lo que sea, but it was also very stereotypical.
You are such a hater.
Not necessarily, like, I have an accent, even I get offended at times. Ay, Jay, I'm gonna kill you, come on.
Conozco gente que habla con acento así de ruso. A thick accent should bring us pride. Not those who aren't brave enough to learn another language, dare mock those who do.
That's so true.
Someone just tweeted that.
There's a difference between celebrating authenticity and mocking it. My accent is part of my identity. Mi acento es mi orgullo.
That's why I trained. So I can be an outlier, a different expectation when they meet a half Colombian, half Venezuelan. I aspire to be Leguizamo, good in theater and film and playing something different constantly, or even like Oscar Isaac and Edgar Ramirez. He's Venezuelan and does great roles.
Claro, but the common factor is...
Talent,
And...
versatility,
And...
oh, great agents.
Yanisel looks at Veronica. They roll their eyes and say together,
A penis!
Oh,
Hombres are always allowed to be more than...
Chad returns.
Okay, ladies, now we can start. Part 1 of this audition is a mock press junket.
who official?
You are all to respond when asked a question.
Okay.
All right, Ana Lucia, what was your favorite part of working on this project?
We haven't done it.
I know, we're doing a mock press junket, so use your imagination and respond as you would in a real circumstance.
Understood. Well, my favorite part of working on the project was the snacks table.
Veronica?
Working with the director was a true privilege. He really took care of us in a way that encouraged us to explore in new ways I hadn't.
Yamisel?
I really enjoyed our crew and cast, but my favorite part of the film has been seeing the response to the movie itself. Seeing fans already come to the movie theaters wearing costumes reminds me of when Black Panther was a cultural movement. I'm really hoping this film does the same, but for mi gente latina.
All right, rapid fire for all three. Favorite food?
Tapas.
Arabas, croquetas.
Are we dating anyone presently?
No, nobody.
My character in the film is, and I get to experience that one-of-a-kind love through her.
My daughter doesn't need a stepdad yet.
Great. Any piece of advice to other up-and-coming actresses?
Never give up. If this is truly the only thing you know you were put on this earth to do, hold on to that voice inside you that begs you to never quit. That may look like many things individually. For me, it was continuing in this career even after becoming a mother.
If I could give any advice, it is to smile always.
Build your brand. Nowadays, people want to know your authentic self. And there is a space for you and your brand out there.
All right. Last but not least, what does earning this role mean to you?
I have a very big family that supports me, but also wishes I had chosen something different for my life. Achieving this accomplishment would be a big step towards never looking at my life becoming anything but this.
I have a beautiful young daughter, Gigi. I want her to grow up in a world where she can see herself represented and supported by a mother who just decided to go for it. Financial and emotional stability in this very, very unstable career.
It would make my mom very happy.
Only your mom?
Oh, no, yeah, me as well.
Okay. That is it on the mock press junket portion.
How do we do, boss?
Too early to say.
Chad leaves.
Do they?
Do they what?
Do uninformed audiences know these stereotypes are not true?
They all sit with this thought for a moment.
Why is it our responsibility to inform the audience?
The writers wrote these stereotypes. We just played them.
Si así quieres que te recuerden.
Ay, disculpa. She's never had to take a shitty job.
Mira, cállate la boca antes de que te dé la galleta que me pediste antes, ¿ok?
Well, you're talking like someone who hasn't experienced humiliation for a paycheck before.
I've had rejection, but humiliation?
Ugh. Recitos, this doesn't involve you.
Ay, sábado no. I don't like that nickname. Y además, ¿por qué no? I'm an actress too.
You are green when it comes to auditions, and you look American. Why would someone humiliate you? Yanisa, no es para que te enojes. You must act, whether the part is dignified or not. Those are the rules until you've paid your dues. You can keep that right for free.
That's why I'm mad. You don't know what I've had to do to feed my baby.
Oh, you have a daughter?
Yes, and when you do, dignity becomes an afterthought.
I can imagine.
Lo dudo.
One time it was pretty bad. I felt sleazy, but I used my accent to charm a grip boy, and he got me on set for my first commercial shoot.
La colonizadora conquistadora.
Not PC nickname, but catchy. Está mejor que recitos.
Your accent is dated and nothing compared to mine.
You don't even speak with an accent.
In Spanish, I do.
So you pretend?
No. In English, I have all this training to control my diction. But in Spanish, it comes out naturally, obviously.
If only we had that grip boy to see who he'd pick again.
Vaya, a ver si como ladra muerden. Whoever makes him stutter the
Or
hardest.
gets him to admit their accent's better.
Gets to audition first.
Yannisel and Lucia look at Veronica. Veronica confidently perks up her chest. They all shake hands. The door slowly creaks open. It's Chad.
Okay, we are doing a dance and movement audition portion.
Our ladies break the huddle to turn around and look at Chad in a seductively yet comically way. They are about to turn on their charm, and their accents are merely the icing.
Venga. Que te estamos besando.
Echa, qué bola. Regreso a la guapa y pues.
What?
We've been waiting. We have a question.
I know it's taken a minute for things to...
Not about the audition.
You need to settle our debate.
Okay.
The girls point toward a chair for Chad to take a seat. He sits, and the girls do a quick rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first.
Chad, have you ever thought about flamenco? Ha!
On a regular basis?
It's a passionate dance. Y tú sabes la definición de apatio. A strong and can barely control emotion. Ah!
She does another flamenco move. She keeps circling him like a torero would a bull. Then she steps toward Veronica. It's her turn. Veronica sways her hips, also circling Chad.
What is happening right now? Are these your dance solos?
My question is, dear Charlie, de todos los acentos, ¿cuál es el más sexy?
Out of our accents, which is the
De
sexiest.
todos los acentos, ¿cuál es el más sexy?
Epa, que él no me ha escuchado a mí.
Okay, I can't and I won't decide. Your accents are all equally sexy. This is highly, highly inappropriate, and I won't be Me Too'd this early in my career.
Wait, what?
This early in your career?
So later you might? Todos son como mierdas.
No. I meant. Ugh, I'm sorry, I didn't.
Tranquilo, Bobby, tranquilo.
We're messing with you.
I figured out how not to say.
Dumb, incriminating statements that can be held against me in court, leading to my biggest fear as a cis male in this industry. I'll try. Excuse me.
Chad leaves, embarrassed.
Maybe I should go apologize?
Ay, mi amor, deja el drama. He'll be
For
fine.
a couple of untrained actresses, you guys were great at improv just now.
Just because I don't have an expensive piece of paper doesn't mean I'm not trained, you petty, petty woman.
I'm gonna go find him.
Ana Lucia leaves.
Do you think they're hooking up?
No sé, y no me importa.
But if she is hooking up, then she's a shoo-in for the part, no?
¿Quién te entiende? I thought your philosophy was that the role goes to the best one, not just the one with the looks or advantages.
Yeah, no, I believe that. Never mind.
Ana Lucia returns.
I didn't find him. I hope he's okay.
Do you love him?
How nosy!
Hipócrita, you just asked if they were ya tú sabes.
I mean, one wonders.
I love him as a friend. Not that it's any of your business, but I'm not into meddling.
Epa!
Really? But you don't look like a...
I suggest you don't finish the generalized assumption you're about to make.
I was just impressed with your seductive skills.
That's nothing. I prefer improv about anything. The art of following is distinct. This is the best part of being an actress.
Ugh, the worst for me are the self-tapes.
Oh.
Why is it so awkward to say my name, height, and location?
If you're union or non-union, what role you are reading for, and...
A fun fact about yourself?
I realize I have no hobbies anytime they ask that question. ¿A dónde miro la cámara? O al reader, I feel like a chameleon, one eye here and one eye there.
The ring light makes my eyes look like a droid.
What do you read lines with?
I record myself reading the other lines because I don't trust any, or besides my mom.
No, la vida paranoia.
Sometimes you're my mom, who used to be an actress.
Stage mom.
Kris Kardashian seems really chill compared to her.
Every audition, for me, it's make or break. That first self-tape is my only chance to make a truly lasting impression.
Oh no, I see it as a chance to have fun interpreting the role, to make them reconsider who they had in mind.
Reconsider.
See, they probably have on their list someone who did not look like me, but I want to sorprenderlos con mi talento, wow them with my tenacity.
Qué bonita perspectiva.
That's unrealistic.
I don't have the energy to change your mind. I'm gonna call Gigi.
Yanisa leaves.
I'm sorry, but I can't stand how contrary Yannisel can be. I don't think I've ever seen someone so disinterested in what other people think.
I know, it's inspiring.
delusional to not expect rejection, to not care even a little bit about how you're perceived. Auditions are awful and demeaning. They know how badly we want to be chosen, and yet we are more likely to get a no than a yes. We are in the business of heartbreak. The only thing we have is our image, or the image of what, according to them, we can sell believably. If they don't buy it in the audition, they never will.
I hear you. Kind of don't want to think about it that way because it'll trigger me, but yeah, that's a lot of pressure.
I want to succeed more than anything. I don't want my family to think I failed. I am their anchor here, and if I make the wrong choice, I just...
Oh, success can be defined as meaningful relationships and important work. It's another pin week, but I'm hopefully comforting.
Who do you want to win?
I don't really want to share that, but a part of it is I want to get my mom off my back. She realized I'm good at this acting thing, so I'll do it until it stops being fun, then probably get as far away from her as I can.
Yanacel enters.
Any update? This is getting ridiculous. No tengo todo el día.
No, but I can call him.
Chad enters.
Hey, Charlie, esto es ridículo. Yo tengo que irme pronto o que me digan qué está pasando porque una audición no dura tanto tiempo.
Okay, English, please.
Why is this taking so long?
Well,
I had to ask my best friend's cousin's nanny to take care of my Gigi for this, and as much as I want to leave, I need this gig to pay me renta. Keeping us here to stare at each other is disrespectful.
Well, on the contrary, I have all the time to wait. My agent will drop... It will make my agent happy if I book this month.
If the audition isn't happening anymore, maybe we can reschedule?
Yeah! Okay, I'm, sorry you all kept talking, and I wanted to say that we are gonna finally start.
Bueno, pero ¿por qué no dijiste eso?
Fantástico!
Can I go first?
Sure, but first, let me remind y'all there is an added component.
Ay, Dios, quiere que haga malabres.
No, I don't need you to juggle.
Espera, ¿sabes spot?
So the instructions I couldn't share until now are the following. You were right, Ana Lucia. You are all auditioning for not only the next great Disney Plus Marvel role, but...
You really auditioning
Wait,
for
is this
Disney?
for real?
Yes! Congrats also, but don't forget you signed waivers and NDAs, so not a peep unless you get cast, of course.
La Bravo no sabe lo que le viene.
Ladies, breathe. All right, let me finish explaining, please. So, aside from the multi-layer audition, press, dance, and now acting, you are also being considered based on your personality.
Is that to see if some of us are more unstable or more green than others?
You want to see unstable?
By green, you mean fresh, right?
It's more for raw, inexperienced.
That's rude.
Okay, stop before I call this whole thing off. That was what I thought. So, aside from the show itself, there will be a docu-series, half reality and half behind the scenes on the making of the show.
Interesting.
A little self-centered, but could be useful.
I think it's so great so the audience gets to know me. I mean, whoever gets cast eventually.
All right, well, to practice how you'll fare with this component, there is a confessional booth in the other room. You'll audition in the first, and then head to the next room. And there, inside said booth, you can talk directly about your recent experience in the audition.
Straight after it? No time to rehearse or response?
Nope, we'll just push you into the deep end and see what floats.
I improvise, great.
And we can be as honest as we want.
Yeah, it's hermetically sealed, so no one but the camera can hear you speak. We want to know all of your thoughts and feelings. Okay, Veronica, ready to start?
Veronica nods and follows Chad. A pool of light indicates that this is now the audition room. Veronica takes a breath while looking down. When she looks up, her $1 million smile beams.
Good afternoon. Absolutely. Veronica Valleveras, 5'7", brown hair, hazel eyes, 120, single and non-union yet. Oh, I'm reading for Melissa. Yeah, she's super funny. Wait, not her? Oh, sure, I can cold read. let me just... Okay, ready? I don't know nothing, officer. You're asking me if I know about Chico and his friends coming here last night and... I don't know, officer. No. I don't need a translator. I know English. What? Don't you understand? You don't have anything on me or him. Just because I suck dick on the side doesn't make me less than. Oh, I bet you would like your dick sucked by someone like me, huh? All nasty and juicy as we big stew. Oh yeah, this is different than the audition I prepped. First impressions? She seems like a very blunt character that speaks her mind. Thank you. No, I don't have any questions. Yes, I'm available for the third round of callbacks if necessary.
Veronica exits to the next room, now inside the confessional booth.
That went. I mean, I wanted to audition for the side I prepped. That Melissa character is so funny. And so am I. Really. I am proof people can be hot and funny. I mean, I know I'm hot. This isn't me being overly cocky or anything, but still, I would like to debunk that stereotype. I can have brains and breasts, too. I wonder who wrote this. Speaks is such an old school slur. It was confusing. Also, I got typecast as a prostitute, kind of cliche, no? I had emphasis in hand, an agent that said, when we think of people that look like you, it's for the gangbanger girlfriend, abused prostitute, or a maid. Plus Ugly Betty, too. It was a lot. The sad part is, I was with that agent for 5 years. Also, it's clear the writer only watches porn and thinks the audience wants this type of stuff. No? I love seducing and being seduced, but not this cheap, explicit, exploitative male fantasy. I'm not like Yanisa. I don't need the industry to change. I just wanted to give me a chance to be the next more refined, more trained Sofia Vergara, that's all. They need me to play prostitutes? I'll always deliver the goods.
She stops her confessional and is now back in our waiting room.
How did it go? Magnificent.
Great. Did they say anything worthwhile?
We might have a third callback.
Makes sense.
Really? I guess.
If it wasn't a meaningful role, they wouldn't struggle this much, no?
Hopefully.
I've never had a callback
Aww.
because I always get the part offered immediately.
Chad enters.
Right, we're ready for you, Yanacel.
Lego.
Good luck.
Mi amor, luck ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yanacel follows Chad. The same light setup to establish this is the audition room happens. Yanacel doesn't turn on a poised demeanor as Veronica did. She is spontaneous and messy. She is herself.
Buenas tardes, thank you so much for, oh, all right. Por supuesto, I can wait. Hi, absolutely, sí, so just slate for camera and then get right into it? Okay. Un solo pues. Hola, I am Yanisel Ruiz. I am 5'8", non-union, but SAG eligible, and based out of sunny Miami, Florida. I will be reading for the part of Carolina, I see here. You don't get it, do you? Can't you understand what you did? You came unto me the second I walked in that joint. Y yo de estúpida caí. Tú no sabes lo que es to love unconditionally. The fact that I have to sacrifice my body, my time, my dignity. And all of these mentiras that you promised me to end up like this? To simply be, what, your 5th baby mama? Contéstame! I'm disposable to you, aren't I? Chico, why would you leave me for that literal prostitute? Maldito el día que te conocí. Gracias. Yeah, it was a choice I made. Well, she is Latin, so like me, it's natural when she's upset that a few words here and there are in Spanish. I know the original text, I was just adding to it. Besides, Spanish is more beautiful and rich than English, especially for cussing someone out, ¿verdad? Okay, no Spanish, yes. Yes, I know writing is hard. I was just trying to, To be clear, you'd like me to take it from the middle and still intense, but make it more ethnic? Can you specify what you mean by the word ethnic? Well, if I'm asking for clarification on the word ethnic, then it's not clear. Sure, I won't overthink it. Same intensity, more ethnic. And all of this bullshit that you promised me to end up like this? To simply be what, your fifth baby mama? I'm disposable to you, aren't I? Chico, why would you leave me for that literal prostitute? Damn the day I met you. Better? I took the ethnic quote. Good. I do. Yeah, one character question. I got the sense that this isn't Carolina's first pregnancy, but it is the first time she has the courage to defend herself. Since we don't have the full script, what caused that shift? Okay, yeah. Well, thank you for the opportunity. Last thing, can I read for Melissa? That was my self-tape, and I'm better performing live. Not like Brittany and her Vegas residency.
The lights are back to the main room. Veronica is leaning close to the door.
She made them laugh.
The filter needs to be very funny. Makes sense.
Can you stop being so nice, por favor?
Okay.
Chad enters.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
It's all right, guapo.
Were you trying to listen?
No? She seems to be taking longer.
She's reading for the Melissa character.
What?
Okay.
They have her reading for Melissa and they didn't let me try?
Oh, I'm sure from your self-tape they know how funny you are and wanted to test you for the other parts. No biggie.
Chad walks away from Veronica, impressed that he gave that response so quickly. Lights shift to Yanasel's confessional session.
Activating tiny baby rant in 3, 2, 1. So we only know how we feel about what we feel, ¿verdad? Pues I feel fed up. I understand I decided to become an actress, so judgment is welcome, but coño, a little less on the nose. ¿Cómo se te ocurre usar the word ethnic? Like the caucasity to think you can use the word ethnic when casting for a Latin show? To my face? Nah, that word, even if just a word, is disparaging. Ethnic, exotic, fiery, spicy, and don't get me started on that motherfucking caliente. Por favor. I really thought this one was gonna be different. The first audition was a self-tape, so you don't see them judge you behind the lens. I mean, the script seems to talk about a woman standing up to a guy who took advantage of her, which would be awesome for Disney to highlight. The other side's not so sure. I feel dismissed. I brought an artistic suggestion as an actress and bam, shut down. Like, why invite me to audition if you don't want me to bring my whole self? Then why am I here? It's like a Venn diagram, un círculo de character, and the other circle is me. The middle is what they should want, a mix of both. I bring my day, my issues, and most importantly, I bring mi gente wherever I go. You can't always separate who we are from who we play, and that's why our representation matters. When I had my GG, I got a new perspective. This need to categorize people by stereotypes and stigmas is a learned behavior, something I don't want to teach her. We Latinos do it. I have bias. I should check before Gigi inherits it. Like how I see someone like Ana Lucia with inherent animosity just because she's white, young, and has access to knowledge that I barely understand. I shouldn't want to tear her down. But the market wires me to think I have to compete with that, which is illogical. The industry still only considers us ethnic marionettes. Tiny baby rant done.
Lights shift. Yanasel comes back from her confessional into the main room.
Latinext!
Should I go in, Chad?
Yeah, let me check real quick.
Chad exits.
So?
It's done. I don't want to talk about my audition. What happened there happened. The rest is not up to me.
You made me talk.
Technically, you shared and then I asked.
Did they tell you to stay for a possible third callback? Or not?
Chad enters.
Last but not least,
Ana Lucia begins to follow Chad.
Not very professional of you, Guapo.
oh,
Don't listen to bitterness personified. You're allowed to wish good luck. Good luck, colonizadora. I'm sure you'll conquer that role.
Ana Lucia looks more confused than encouraged, but she and Chad leave.
That wasn't funny or useful.
I disagree. She either feels empowered by her Anglo eliteness, or I just got into her head with a lame little joke.
That won't break her.
That's for her confidence to decide and you to observe. As Ye would say, because when you try hard is when you die hard. Keep getting annoyed for no reason. You're gonna need more than once a month.
Como mierda! At least I can afford it.
You know, all that cartel money.
Stop it!
Didn't your mom tell you the angrier you get, the more fun it is to bug you?
Fun.
The lights refocus on Ana Lucia. We are now in the audition room.
Hello. So nice to meet you all. Thank you for calling me in. Yeah, he is a great friend of mine. I know. Slate? My name is Ana Lucia. I am 5'8", non-union, from Spain, but also Miami. Sorry. I don't know why I got nervous all of a sudden. I can do it again. No? Okay. Oh, okay. I enjoyed myself day too. You want me to read for the gringa instead? Can I have a little context since it's a cold read? Uh-huh. Okay, so let me see if I follow. Yeah, an Argentinian cousin who everyone thinks is gringa but isn't, and then she is the one who rats on Medusa. Shit! Pibe! Viste que la milita es guilty! The traders are coming in tonight with the last batch of crypto, and the shareholders are kicking our ass if we don't deliver, and... Do you want me to restart? No? Can I instead audition for Carolina or Melissa? You think I'm too young for Carolina and not funny enough for Melissa? Because I'm attractive? Okay, but I could do it. I can play Carolina. She's a prostitute? Yeah, okay, I can still read. Yeah, I don't know about Chico and his friends coming here last night at a particular time, and I don't know, officer, no, I don't need a translator. I know English. Thank you all.
Ana Lucia walks to the confessional booth.
Was that my first horror audition experience? How exciting! Veronica can't call me green anymore if I get jaded as they have with the audition process. I did really bad, but it's my first callback, so it's fine. I was confused with the part I read. I was an American passing Argentinian, but they know I'm from Spain, born in the US, so gringa can talk Spanish because she actually is Latin, but I myself am not. I'm starting to understand Yaniset's point. When will the stories we tell be more than tropes? Gen Z is ready to cancel all of you for being boomers and consumers of this moronic media that perpetuates homophobia, diminishes the minority perspective, and enriches misogynistic machismo 24/7. Is another pinned tweet on my subject. Granted, I am guilty of even agreeing with my mom, so to be in this industry that claims to be doing woke shit, but all it does is keep covering their asses and not changing from the ground up. We need writers, producers, and crew that reflect the new stories we aim to tell. That one? I'm tweeting myself now.
The lights switch back to the main room.
What do you think they'll have us do for the third round of callbacks?
Who knows? I just can't believe we started a whole hour late.
I know we want it more than anything, so they can do that.
Plus, our shitty, almost non-existent representation won't do shit.
Ana Lucia steps back in from her audition.
That was odd.
Really?
did not do my best.
We always think we bombed and probably did good, tranquila.
I agree, but sometimes you do know when you did good or not.
I don't think I did good.
No, don't cry, Ana Lucia, really. Auditions are just a trial run. Rejoice, you are in this room with an opportunity, and that is more than most actors get to say.
Bien dicho.
Chad enters.
Hey, good work, ladies. Take your lunch break and now come back for the last section of our extensive callback process.
So we really are gonna be here all day?
It's good practice for when you're on set for those 12-hour days, right?
Right, but there I could be taking care of my daughter.
The girls gather their belongings and step out. Chad sets up his laptop and connects his AirPods. He sets up an erase board where he writes the 3 names.
Let me start. No! Yeah, of course I'm excited to hear all of your opinions. I got us 3 great options, right? Well, they all wanted to read for a different part than we envisioned, so that was interesting. Yes, only 2 of them have representation, although Yanni Sells can be called an agent because, well, yeah, they only have like 5 clients. No, not at all. Negotiations with all of them would be easy. Well, yeah, let's start with Veronica. She has sex appeal. Tits and ass, yeah. She has the most training and can fit in with any market. However, we do already have a Sofia Vergara type. Isa Gonzalez and more, I guess, but she is very ambitious, which that's always a pro. Okay, moving on, how did we feel about Yannicel? Well, you know, her having a baby doesn't have to be considered a con. I mean, because it's inspiring to see how far she's come, and even if she's had this training, her instincts, damn, those things are amazing. I mean, she can evolve into more. Her accent. Well, I mean, yeah, it's noticeable, but if Arnold and Stallone did it, so could she. Wait, Ana Lucia already? No, but I'm not done with it. Sure, let's fire up the pros for Ana Lucia. She has a great social media presence. Yeah, but come on, it's sponsored content. She has blonde hair and blue eyes, true. Well, my biggest con is that she doesn't really represent her Latina dad. I mean, she is from Spain, which makes her European and Hispanic, not... How would I know? Well, I know because, you know, I'm Latino myself. Remember? Oh, yeah, where's my accent? That's a good one, Jeff. Look, I hear what all of you have to say, but you said you would trust me on this, that it would be my decision, and I want to offer it to Yannicel.
The lights switch, and we see the 3 girls having lunch.
I can't believe he expects us to eat. I'm so nervous.
Ugh, I eat more when I'm nervous.
You nervous? I thought you were above nerves.
I am.
Entonces?
I'm nervous for something else.
What?
My girl's daddy wants to take away my custody.
Lo siento.
Hijo de puta is claiming I don't have a steady income to give my baby a good life.
It's tough to dispute that as an actress. Sorry.
I've been doing it and will continue to. All the baby needs is love and a meal.
Por supuesto.
Phone rings.
Paraiso. Hola, mami. Yes, I already did the monologue. Oh, great. Yeah, fingers crossed. No, don't worry, I didn't forget to change the motivation mid-speech. Sure. Oh, they're calling me back in. That one guy does.
You are a natural.
I just don't have it in me to tell her the truth. That her daughter sucks and this shouldn't be my dream.
But is it? Is this your dream?
I think so. I mean, I'm just 19, so I know it could change, but I do enjoy it.
Enjoying it and making it your everything are 2 different levels of commitment. Anyway, anyone got a cookie? I'm still hungry.
Lights switch back to Chad.
Is there any way we can open the call to 2 other actresses and keep Yannicel for another set of callbacks? Fine. I will tell them your decision.
The girls enter the space again.
Hey.
Come on in, take a seat, please.
What is the next section?
I actually have something to discuss. There, seems to be a miscommunication between my vision and the execs, so...
Again, Chad, you are copping out. Just tell us what they really told you.
Yanacel, please.
No, you please. No disrespect, but why are you in charge of casting the next Rita Moreno if you don't even know what makes us Latinos?
You'd be surprised.
How?
I am Latino.
What?
I wasn't sure.
No way.
Wait, my dad is American, but raised in Guatemala, and my mom is from Costa Rica. I was born there, and...
Never in a million years.
I'm good at the code switch, amiga. I'm so used to handling my profession in English that I wanted to do the right thing by all of you and myself by treating this as what it is, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If I got too familiar with all of you, I don't think the execs would keep me assigned to this project.
But they don't need to know. Tell us the truth, Chad. Who are you casting?
Me? I'm not in charge. You guys know that, right? Soy un peón.
Her diversity and inclusion quota, even though you look just like them.
Unfortunately, yes, but I did try to make things different.
Trying is a good thing, no?
Not if we've been trying forever.
So who did the execs pick?
I don't have to tell you all now. You need to wait for your managers to...
Chad, please. The anticipation of the news is always worse than the actual news.
Okay. They're choosing Ana Lucia.
What? No te creo.
Excuse me?
Felicidades, colonizadora. Conquistaste el papel.
But I didn't do well.
She is green! No, please. Is this a joke?
Ana isn't even Latina. She's Hispana. A lo Rosalía, las españolas taking over.
Okay, please, ladies, you asked me to tell you. You have to have some respect for Ana Lucia.
I mean, I am in shock.
So am I.
I expected this. Look at her. Look at me. I appreciate the experience, Chad, but the extra humiliation and steps are not really necessary.
I wanted them to see how well-rounded you all are as performers, to not just offer the role. Never mind.
The role was already offered to her even before we walked in?
Not exactly.
What reason did they give?
What?
Specifically, what did they say about us?
I'm not sharing that.
It's okay, I can take it. What was on my con list?
Your accent, the fact that you're a mother, and...
My aesthetic? Oh, they love that word. Can't believe having my GG is a stumbling block for these misogynistic...
I need to remind you that you signed a waiver and NDA, so we are disclaiming the specifics upon your request, and you can't sue us for discrimination.
I say the legal jargon, estupido. I've been in this business long enough to know my experience is invalid the second I signed those waivers. I just wanted to hear it clearly. Again, the reality is less than my imagination, so me voy de aquí.
Please, Giannis, I'll understand. I was pushing for you, and we'll keep calling you back until they understand.
Acceptance is not understood. They either want to work with me or not. Good luck, ladies. Chad?
No! Yanisa, don't leave. Please, Chad, there has to be a way for us to still be a part of the project.
That's a great idea.
We are looking for our lead to be a Latina, not an entire ensemble.
God forbid Avengers assemble out of the assembly line and onto the big screen. I have to go. My daughter needs me.
I should renounce the part.
Yes!
No, Ana Lucia, you got it.
But it's not fair. I don't know. You're right. I'm not Latina. I'm Hispana, so maybe I should turn it down so they offer it to either of you.
I would not advise that. See, if you did, I'd get fired.
But if she doesn't want it...
It's not a want-it, it's just...
If you quit, they will just give it to someone else that looks like you but doesn't even speak Spanish. So, let's consider this a win and call it a day.
How can this be a win?
Well, they wanted Florence Pugh to play the part, so Yanacel has a point. An actual Spanish-speaker newcomer getting the role offered is a step in...
Don't you dare say the right direction.
I'm leaving. Thank you again.
Yanacel exits.
I need to understand.
Understand?
How did she...
I can't explain it.
But you could Tell me how
I
they...
have disclosed more than I should really.
Guapo. This doesn't make sense.
I tried.
Are you happy with just trying?
Veronica exits.
Congratulations, friend. You'll do great.
Why would they pick me over them? They left this room gutted, and
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have shared the news with them in the room.
It doesn't feel right.
Not now, but, you know, when shooting starts, it will.
I bought.
But looked the part. Don't overthink it. Like Yana still said, this is a good thing.
I don't know. What will happen if...
You can't reject the part without me probably losing my job.
It's like that?
Powerful men with fragile egos control the checks.
I see.
Expect a call from the studio tomorrow morning. I'd appreciate it if you would act surprised.
Okay.
This is a good thing. I promise.
Okay.
Ana Lucia grabs her belongings and exits. Chad starts clearing the space. He then pulls out from one of the smushed white boxes a pastelito. He eats it with a little less joy than he did at the start of the day. End of play.
Not the Myth, written by Paige Goodwin, directed by Esther Banegas Gatica. Scene 1, prologue. An ad is shown. Reach the end of your story? Tired of being support for shitty men? Mythological man-haters and company is seeking creative women with a passion for vengeance to help us make the world a better place, one act of violence at a time. The text is delicate and cute, with an image of goddesses in 50s housewife glam disemboweling a screaming man. The ad disappears. The mythological man and haters and company sign gleams in the light, unapologetic, triumphant. It's equal parts hellfire and bridal shower, complete with a cute little monogram. Medusa, but with a head of blonde hair that is all Lady Godiva-esque, sits at a desk with a bucket next to her. She is stringing red globs on a garland. Medea, blood splattered and carrying a knife, walks in. She watches Medusa.
Hi. I heard you were hiring.
Oh, hey! I shake your hand, but...
Are those...
testicles? A French catch, courtesy of Silica. We have our annual autumn benefit tomorrow, so I figured these would liven up the place a bit.
Impressive. A benefit?
Someone's gotta pay for the matching t-shirts and the electrical bills.
Oh.
One of the only drawbacks working around here. You filled out an application? How'd you hear about us? Nervous Sailors? Homer leaked it?
Homer? What app is that?
Ooh, good one.
I've heard a few things over time. Whispers.
Final words of mouth. That's how you know you're getting somewhere. You know, I like you. Let's do the interview now. All right, tell me a little about yourself.
I'm Medea. I'm a Pisces sun, Virgo moon, Scorpio rising.
I could probably work with that. Oh wait, Medea? You're Cersei's niece.
I call her Aunt Sir.
By marriage or blood?
She's my father's sister.
How much would you say you take after her?
Cersei, walking a pig on a rope leash, waltzes in. She's lavish, a real wacky on-type, with ornate jewelry.
Fire up the pit, gals. Here's tonight's meal fresh off the sand. He was trying to seduce a couple of mouse girls down at the beach before we turned him into exactly what he is. Oh. Medea, honey, I didn't recognize you and that gorgeous blood splatter. It's about time you joined us. I figured it'd be sooner or later with Jason. Oh, you're far too good for that waste of space.
Oh,
As I've always said, any man will drive you to vengeance if you spend enough time together.
The pig points, indignant.
Oh, sorry. They're usually a little feisty at first. They calm down right before we put them on the spit. Then they go straight back to squealing.
last I remember you were turning men into cats.
Oh, I prefer hearing them squeal.
The pig squeals, terrified.
Way more satisfying, right? Well, honey, we'll catch up. I've got some cooking to do. Do you know how long it takes to do a good spice rub on a pig when it's squirming? Maybe you can help me hold them sometime. I'm so glad you're joining us.
I haven't decided that just yet.
If she's anything like her aunt, she'll be men's worst nightmare. Toodles.
Between you and me, she's men's 43rd worst nightmare on her best day. But she's got that je ne sais quoi, and she gives us a steady stream of food. No limit on the number of men she turns into swine. We've had to start turning them into jerky. So where do you see yourself in 5 eternities?
I don't know. I'm in a real transitory period right now.
Of course. Most women, when they come here, are reeling a bit. I like building them back up, one horrifically violent act at a time. It does wonder for their self-esteem. Okay then, tell me about the last time a man got angry with you. What happened?
I killed his kids.
And?
And?
You killed his kids and?
Oh, well, they were also my kids.
Boys?
Yes.
There we go, impressive. I'd give you a standing ovation if I wasn't squashing balls.
For a good measure, Medusa squeezes one a bit in her fist.
Did he cry?
Wailed.
What did he do to deserve it?
He fell in love with another woman after I sacrificed everything for him.
Ah, a romantic vengeance kind of gal. You'll find good company here.
I'm sorry, I know you're the one asking questions, but what happened to your hair? I heard that you had snakes.
Before I lost my head, yeah.
Oh, right. Word on the clouds is that Athena's got you on her shield. Or just your head? She's got your head on her shield. I don't know how any of this works once you exist past the end of your myth.
She still has my head?
Yeah, taking guys out left and right, totally badass. Does she work here?
No.
The blonde is really pretty. It's a real departure.
This was me before.
Before what?
Medusa strings a couple balls aggressively.
Before I had a reason to have snakes. God, that was a good look. Phallic, but feminist. 24 of them. Scared them every time.
Genius.
The hair lured the men in, hook, line, and sinker. It used to hiss.
I'd kill for that.
I was killed for it. I'd love to have it back. So, Jason, the one Circe was talking about, that was your husband?
I thought I'd be happy now. I thought the revenge would make me feel better. I don't know if it did anything.
Revenge is sweet, but it's an acquired taste, like tequila.
What made you choose snakes?
You know Poseidon?
Not personally.
Lucky gal. The asshole wouldn't take no for an answer. Forced himself on me in Athena's temple.
I'm so sorry.
No biggie. I'm getting the last laugh. Any man who looked at me after, immediately hard as a rock. Get it? Except it's because they're stone. Like, all of them is stone. Not just... You see those statues on the way in? We whack the head off of one every night before bed. More relaxing, the more milk or blue light blocking glasses.
Oh.
Enough about little old me, though. What'll you add to the company?
Come again?
What well-deserved violent vengeance will you enact on men? I need to know if you'll contribute enough.
I don't know.
Then I don't know if I have room for you.
But I don't have anywhere else. I need your help.
And I need help making men suffer for everything they've ever done to women.
What do you want?
I'll know when I find it. There's something missing here, something off. Or maybe something big is coming. Whatever it is, I know I need an extra set of hands. Hands that can break a man in half like it's an art form.
I could kill all the crops. I bet it's easier than killing your own kids.
Sorry, Seth's already got that covered. Winter, that's her. Forging a bunch of them to starve in the cold, a slow and painful death. A real go-getter, that one.
I could take down boats, drown them.
Nah, that's Silica's main stick.
Medusa holds up the balls.
These are just an extra perk. The rest of them is at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, I could lure men in for Aunt Cersei.
Nope, those are Mel's daughters. Mel, the muse of tragedy, but no one likes to see a girl crying, so we tend to keep her inside as much as we can. She turned her daughters into the sirens. They lay out on the beach in those bitty bikinis, irresistible. No man can turn them down, and no offense, but your husband turned you down, so...
Do I really need to sell myself as being worthy of working here? Isn't killing his sons a man's worst nightmare?
No, Lilith's got the worst nightmare covered.
Which is?
It's too bad to talk about. No one does. But you know how she landed herself here? She denied her husband sex. Yeah, I know. Dudes are so horrified by that, they have to pretend she doesn't even exist.
Look, I don't know what I could possibly offer in comparison, but I'd give it my best.
How long ago did you kill your kids?
What?
Just wondering when your most recent experience was. Don't want anyone who's rusty. It can be hard to get back on the vengeance horse if you've been off too long. Oh, don't tell me you're torn up at the thought of it.
No, I don't know who I am anymore. I was a mom for so long, and...
Ah, yes. The old identity crisis. Every woman has to figure out who she is after killing her sons.
Am I dead?
You'd be in great company if you were. I am.
But I didn't. I rode off into the sunset.
Oh, and let me guess. Your family was told you were sent to live at a farm upstate?
Is this heaven?
Of course not!
Hell?
No.
Purgatory?
How utterly Catholic of you. I suppose the easiest way to put it is that we're nowhere. The gods don't want any of us. We're on the edge of it all.
Can I leave?
Why would you want to?
Wait. Do y'all have a secretary yet? I can answer the phones. I sound pretty unassuming, right? And I'm great at summoning things out of nowhere.
Medea suddenly whips out a golden stapler.
A behind-the-scenes gal. You got yourself a job. When can you start?
My schedule is clear for the rest of eternity.
Your desk is down the hall.
Oh, there was someone waiting after me?
Didn't think this line of work was that popular. Next!
In walks Athena, a goddess in every right, both badass and statuesque. She wears a deep velvety blood red dress, shiny gold and diamond jewelry, and military regalia. She carries a diamond-studded sword. She slays on the battlefields and on the runway.
Medusa, babe. I thought you were in charge here. They got you doing the dirty work?
I like this. It's therapeutic.
You're not even going to offer me a bloody hug?
You're kidding.
Of course. Do you see this dress? Can't ruin it. Wanted after the latest war.
You're not supposed to be here.
Don't act too excited to see me now.
Where's my head? Where's my head?
Oh, you mean the head that's mine and just so happened to have once belonged to you. It's on my shield, back at the palace. Turned me into a real head turner overnight. But you know, men just can't turn away fast enough.
I want my head back.
It's a perfect accessory to every outfit. I couldn't possibly part with it. I know you understand.
No.
Don't be so serious, babe. Besides, the blonde always looked good on you. I always was jealous of how you got all their attention. It's nice to see you back in your prime.
If you're not returning my head, you have no other reason to be here.
Oh, you have your head. I was the brains behind the snakes anyway. As far as I see it, that head on the shield was just one I was letting you borrow.
You sent a man to behead me.
I'd hardly call Perseus a man. He was supposed to behead you on his own and instead had to go steal eyes and teeth from your sisters in order to stand up against you. Oh, you didn't know that. Just proves what they say is true. Behind every great man is at least 3 disembodied women. This is cute here, though. I like what you've done with the place.
What are you doing?
I want to propose something.
The last time I helped you, you had me killed.
Oh, please, I don't need men to do my murdering. Perseus came on his own accord. You scared all those guys so bad, they conspired against you themselves. Truly, you should be proud. You took that head I gave you and ran with it beyond my wildest dreams. You were killed because I made you great.
You were given my head on a stake.
And I don't turn down a gift. Who are you raised by, monsters?
We're called Gorgons.
Don't be so sensitive, Medusa. Look at you. You grow back normal hair and start taking things personally and honestly.
All I've ever done is help you. This is the first time I'm finally not slave to you.
That's ridiculous.
Is it?
You weren't my slave. You were only my live-in, uncompensated maid that I turned into a weapon to further my agenda of killing mortal men. You've always been your own woman.
I'm not helping you.
Fine. Then I want an interview.
No.
You just interviewed Circe's niece and hired her to compare to what I've done. Killing your own kids is child's play. Honestly, Medusa, think of how much more experience I have with murder and torture compared to anyone else here. It's got to count for something that I'm responsible for so many untimely deaths.
Mine included.
You were collateral, babe. All mortals are on my plane. I can't get torn up over it.
We don't need you.
But you haven't even heard my plan. I know you'll die for it.
I'm already dead.
Ask me how I'll contribute to the company.
I'm not hiring you.
Ask me how.
Athena strokes the sword on her belt.
You aren't leaving until I actually ask.
Ask me how.
How will you contribute to the company?
An entire restructuring of the world as we know it.
Go on.
First, let me walk you through the why. So I was sitting there one day realizing, what do I get out of starting wars just to fight with the other gods? I mean, besides watching a bunch of mortal men blindly kill each other, which is great fun, don't get me wrong. But what's the point? All of us are always on equal footing by the end of the day, endless planets to be gods over, and mortals are always replenishing so we can use them in our fights. But what's it all for? I mean, that feud between Poseidon and I is the most exciting thing we've all got going on, and it always goes back and forth between one of us winning, and I need a new reason to get out of bed.
Please leave.
So I ask myself, what if there were no male gods? Told you it was good.
But there's so many of them.
I know. It's a big task.
What would that do in the long run, though?
What wouldn't it do? Look, honey, no matter how many women turned vengeance demons you employ, there will always be a steady stream of awful male targets for you. You know, as well as I do that, they have the gods to look to as terrible examples of how to treat women.
So you mean to say that
female gods would impose a new order, remove the need for vengeance on the broad scale. You all could go back to your old hobbies, like taking all day to curl your hair, moisturizing your cuticles, plotting bank heists. Think of all the things you could do when you don't have to bother with large-scale torture projects that always leave you just a little dissatisfied in the end.
I don't see how we could help.
Babe, you said it yourself. For every female god, there's like 3 male gods. Absolute garbage. So, I'm getting creative, appealing to demigods, vengeance demons, angry preschoolers, the whole kit and caboodle. Assembling a team they won't expect because they never resort to this type of help.
What makes you think I want to help you? You ruined my life.
Oh, babe, don't be dramatic. I made you, Medusa. The demigod, the vengeance demon, that's all me. And you can't possibly sit here and say you don't love the fear you saw when you made eye contact with those grimy, possessive men.
I wanted my normal life.
Who would want to be normal when you can be powerful?
Me.
It doesn't matter what the mortals want when the gods get involved. I had plans for you. I have plans for you. And now I come to you. Just a god to a demigod.
Look, I've just started to rebuild things and feel some sort of normalcy after all that, and
I want to start with Poseidon. I want you to help me get rid of him. Figured I'd owe it to you.
Medusa squeezes the testicle she's holding so hard it explodes.
Precisely.
how?
That's why I came to you. I need someone who doesn't think like a god. I want something big. But I'm not sure that's the way to do it. It's so hard being at the top, you know. The only direction you can go from here is down. It's a lot of pressure.
I'll have to talk to everyone else first.
Of course, babe, it's a big ask.
We'll give you a call if you decide to move forward with your proposal.
Phenom.
Don't talk to me like we're friends.
Of course not. I hate having friends. I'll talk to you soon, babe.
Medea! Medea!
Medea scrambles on stage, dressed fully like a secretary now, carrying a golden pen, wearing golden reading glasses.
Yes,
Call Ruth. We need a team meeting immediately.
sure thing.
She pulls a golden air horn out of her blazer pocket. She presses it. Medusa doesn't even wince. She's wiping her hands and putting the testicle garland to the side. All business. The curtain falls. Medea comes through in a hurry and out of breath. She looks around at the audience in a panic, then runs off stage. Scene 2, Parole. The curtain opens. A conference table with a phone on center stage. Nearby, a giant printed pie chart is on a stand. Medusa stands at the head of the table. In comes Circe, still with her pig on a rope, flanked by Scylla, a gothic demon with dramatic dripping eye makeup and a dampness that comes from being fresh out of the ocean. Mel, the muse of tragedy, who's always on the verge of tears, and Seth, who needs to be the center of attention as she sparkles head to toe in silver. Medea sets up golden chairs. Ruth Bader Ginsburg enters in her judge's robes and descent collar and quietly stands in a seat, very professional. One chair sits empty. Everyone stands and chats until Ruth smacks her gavel on the table.
Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg presiding. Please proceed.
Where's Lilith?
Couldn't find her. She avoiding us?
Typical.
I've called you all in to discuss a new direction for the company.
Wait! First, I've got to do introductions for Hamlet. Fitting name, right? He seems to be really plagued by something.
The pig looks into the distance and sighs.
Oh, I think it's because he doesn't know who's gonna eat him tonight. Must be hard wondering who will feast on you. Relish every bite. Poor thing.
I dissent.
The pig points desperately.
He won't shut up until he knows names and stories, Ruth. He's very demanding.
Ruth eyes the pig. The pig doesn't break eye contact with her. Ruth gets uncomfortable.
Fine.
Divine. Hamlet, this is the Greek chorus.
Chorus? Circe's always off in her own little world, thinking everything is a play.
Circe grabs a remote, clicks, a projection starts. The first image is herself with her thumbs up. Circe delivers the presentation to the pig.
I figure we'll start simple. I'm Circe. I may or may not have started a couple of family feuds, turned a couple people into monsters, and now I use the same spells to, as you know, turn men into pigs.
She clicks, a picture of her eating a pork chop.
I like my pork maple glaze.
The pig squeals in agony.
It's delicious.
Circe clicks, a picture of Scylla, all 12 heads angry and looking in different directions.
Couldn't use a more flattering picture.
Scylla used to be a real Helen of Troy. Beautiful. Now she kills men by the boatful. Oh, get it? Oh, yeah, they have to avoid a whole section of the ocean because of her.
Circe clicks, a picture of Scylla eating pork rinds.
She likes pork rinds. It's pretty labor intensive, but very sustainable. Since normally I just throw your skin out. Instead, we boil your skin, then rub it with oil and paprika and bake it for a few hours.
The pig backs up a bit. Cersei steps on his leash to prevent him from moving any farther.
But wait, there's more.
Clicks. Seth appears.
That's me! Chorus may be seated.
Seth, Persephone, if you want to be formal, refuses to let you forget she's in the room. Her husband Hades stole her as a little girl, so the whole world looked for her. They found her, of course, and she won't let herself go unnoticed. But instead of returning to the earth permanently, she has to leave every winter, leaving a frost in her way.
Vacation and vengeance all in one. I come back so tan in the spring. I spend all winter next to fire and brimstone.
She's the queen of the underworld for the regular 40 hours of the week. And she comes here for her side hustle.
Cersei clicks. A picture of Seth eating a dumpling by the beach.
She likes you wrapped in dough and pan-fried.
The pig struggles against the rope.
I know, it's exciting!
A few more. She clicks. Mel is displayed.
Here's Mel, the muse of tragedy. Her sister is Calliope, the muse of poetry. Mel's jealous of her sister getting all the nice attention. She turned her daughters into sirens to lure men in. She's super sad all the time.
Mel sighs. A shared moment between her and the pig. Cersei clicks. A picture of Mel eating a hot dog.
She likes hot dogs! Actually, I'll spare you that process.
Cersei clicks. A black screen.
Lilith. Couldn't even find her to take her picture. Very elusive. Although you don't need to know much. She's vegan. No meat for her.
Cersei clicks again. Medea is on the screen.
And everyone, this is my niece. Isn't she divine?
Where are all your nieces?
My actual niece. They're blood.
We've been downgraded, Seth.
She was a good wife who left her kingdom and her future position of queen to support her husband. Gave him kids just for him to cheat, so she killed the kids.
Oh, it was nothing.
Cersei wipes her off. Clicks to a photo of Medea eating bacon.
A classic girl. She likes bacon extra crispy.
Cersei clicks through to a photo of Medusa. She looks distant in her picture.
And last but not least, our fearless leader and the most tragic backstory.
He doesn't need to hear it.
It's so good, though. Victimized by not only a man, but another woman. Oh, double win.
Cersei? Thank you.
She clicks through to a photo of Medusa biting into a pig, raw.
Let me at least show him to keep one eye open around you.
The pig desperately tries to hide under a chair away from Medusa.
You may be seated, Circe.
That's the team. We're happy to have you until tonight. I just haven't decided how to serve you yet.
The pig is despondent.
Medusa, love the garland idea. You're always so creative when it comes to upcycling Scylla's leftovers.
She's a real trash to treasure type.
Thanks, but I'm not so sure the autumn benefit needs to happen now.
It was gonna be my last party before I have to spend a winter killing everything.
I know, but girls, I got an offer, a big one.
From the girl with the sword who came in after me?
Preparation before the interview is rare these days. The new generation just doesn't have the same work ethic. Never brings in their own weapons.
She even had military stuff on.
Which military?
I want to propose what I think will be a great team-building exercise.
Do you think she'll share the sword? I feel like it spices things up in the bedroom.
Whoa! Order!
I'm here to ask all of you if you're interested in taking out every male god.
That's overshooting our capabilities by a lot.
Are we turning them into pigs?
No, but what if we didn't have to punish all the mortal men on Earth all the time? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Like Mel, what hobby are you dying to try but can't because you're too busy helping your girls catch lusty sailors?
Maybe I could. I like staring into the ocean and crying.
No. What gets you all going? Who are you outside of male torture? Ruth, how about you?
I like reading legal briefs. I like stoking the fires of hell.
There we go.
Sorry. I'm getting a little emotional at the thought of not hearing howling. I like hearing them cry when they realize my girls are the sirens.
But who are you when you're not thinking about men?
I'm not quite following your argument yet. Why take out every male god?
To end all female suffering. Imagine a world where women make the rules.
The only way we could restructure the distribution of power to that degree would be through lengthy legal processes.
Ruth, love you, but no one has time for that.
Yeah, it wasn't particularly effective on Earth either.
Why get rid of male gods? Aren't they smart? Can't we just reason with them?
Have you ever tried to reason with a man in power? Even if you're sickly sweet, they turn around and make everything worse. They take it so personally when a woman is telling them what to do.
Last time I suggested to Hades that maybe it was a little too dark in hell, he said I was canceling him.
Exactly. We're all here because men couldn't handle being put in their place by a woman. Too fragile.
In case you're all forgetting, I was turned into a 12-headed sea monster by a woman.
Oh, silly. It wasn't my fault. I won't be shamed for turning my cousin into a monster for a man. I mean, it's a very common mistake. We were good friends until he came around. It could have happened to anyone.
Men, they ruin everything.
My point exactly. Imagine it. No corn dog arrows, no Mr. Rule Zeus, no would you listen to my new track on SoundCloud, Apollo?
No Poseidon?
Or a ton of others.
But without Poseidon, we don't have tides, and without tides, we don't have... Not cool.
And without Hades, I mean, I know there's this rumor about the underworld, but he pretty much does nothing. The souls torture themselves. The gods are more decorative than anything.
Who came in here? What kind of stuff was she wearing?
Well, her robes were this dark red velvet. Super pretty. I mean, not too pretty, not prettier than any of you.
Medusa, were you going to keep it a secret that Athena came to visit?
That was Athena? The Athena? Goddess of war, best woman to have ever ruled the skies, has made every woman's life better.
We don't talk about her here.
But the rule has always been...
No fraternizing with gods.
I was just talking.
It's the only rule.
There's rules?
Gods never come here. We're forgotten. It's easy to follow. For some people.
I'm the exception. My husband's a god. He sucks, though.
I didn't ask her. I did not ask her to come.
Did she offer us one of her olive trees? We could use some oil to fry these guys.
The pig tries to take a step back.
Oh, no use in resisting. You're going to die. No question about it. It'd just be nice if I could just slick you up so you don't stick to the spike.
The pig squeals in agony.
Something's wrong. I can feel it. Athena would never come here.
Nothing's wrong. Everything's great.
Is this still about your silly little head? Medusa, you're gorgeous with the blonde. The sneaks were just a fake.
It's not about my head, okay? I didn't even bring it up. It's about making our lives easier and freeing up our time so we can pursue the pleasures that are not denied to us because we're too busy taking care of men.
Fine. Say this is all just for fun and because disseminating the male population of gods would be good for everyone involved. How would we even do that?
I'm so glad you asked. I wanted all of your input, actually. Team brainstorm.
Oh, God, Medusa, you don't even kill anymore, and now you want us to do all the work in restructuring reality as we know it?
Do you know how much work it takes to set up these benefits? I have to order extra pigs to be slaughtered, send out the invites, make up a theme, violent twilight in the evening under the sacrifices. Those just don't come out of nowhere. Come on, girls. We're inventive. We're innovators. Who would have thought to use magic to turn men into pigs, huh? Seriously? Who else would have used all 12 of her heads to eat sailors but you, Silica? Who would have taken a sisterly feud and used it to exploit lusty men but good old crying men over there, huh? Who else but Medea would have looked her cheating husband dead in the eyes and told him she was willing to wipe out his entire future line of rulers just to make a point about her importance? And Seth, who else would have turned around after her husband cursed her for eternity and enacted vengeance on the entire planet? And who would have become a Jewish American icon that has a ton of merchandising and took social media by storm in her 80s? But this notorious bitch right here. Huh? All I'm asking for is that we figure out a way to use our existing talents to obliterate gods. Easy.
I've never killed a god.
Me, neither.
I only tried to remove him from law.
This isn't the can-do attitude I'm looking for here.
Well, maybe we could all just focus our powers on one god. Answer, you could whip up some sort of potion, right?
I can make a dandelion tincture.
What would that do?
Confuse them, of course.
How do we get rid of gods if they don't die? Hades reminds me of this daily.
That is a great point.
You've asked us to do the impossible.
Look, Medusa, we know Poseidon hurt you.
This has nothing to do with me, I swear, or my head.
No one is talking about your head. Maybe we could restructure the law.
Ruth? No one has time for that.
Well, you know what they say. If a tree falls in a forest and no one with at least one ear is around, does it even exist?
What? Who says that? Look, it was one thing when you turned me into a sea monster, but now you're testing my patience.
Wait. Say it again.
Medusa, don't entertain her.
If a tree falls in a forest and no one has ears because we took them from him violently to add flavor to a stew, does it even exist?
Does it make a sound? Does it make a
I'm
sound?
not a poet. I just fry up the pigs around here.
The pig oinks indignantly.
You can't talk your way out of this one, mister.
Why'd you even say that?
Oh, I don't know. I just felt like saying something.
Medusa has an epiphany. The angels sing.
Oh my god. You genius.
Medusa kisses Circe on the head.
Since when is Circe a genius?
Never.
When will anyone acknowledge me for how clever I am?
Order.
Oh my god. Medea, write down everything. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Yes?
No. Well, now that depends. Have we agreed on what a sound is?
Not everything's an argument.
No. If a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? If no one believes in a god, does he exist?
Wait, has anyone ever tried this? Is this legal?
Ruth suddenly pulls giant books out from under the table and starts flipping through.
What does that even mean?
We make them stop believing in the male gods.
So Athena becomes the only god?
Of course not.
So we turn them all into atheists? Huh. I could get behind that.
There's no point to life. Or the afterlife.
No. We start rumors.
Oh, Zeus, I love starting rumors.
No more of that.
Oh, Hera, I love starting rumors.
I once got everyone to believe someone was a fish monster. Can you believe that?
That was me. I was the fish monster.
We don't need to get into specifics.
So all we need to do is go around and just start saying that gods aren't real?
Why? We only talk to men right before they die.
I only see them after I've turned them into pigs. I could absolutely build an army of non-believing pigs. Oh, we'd be unstoppable, just me and the godless swine.
We probably need people to stop believing in gods.
The pig oinks, mad.
They're sentient pigs!
We let them go.
But they're a dinner! And our entertainment.
The men. We let the men go. We show them kindness.
And then we kill them.
With kindness.
No. Then we let them spread the word.
The word?
No, not the word. We let the men go, and because we spared their lives, They'll tell our stories, and all we do is tell them that the male gods aren't worth believing in.
You'll just have to make sure you tell the truth, otherwise they could sue us for libel.
But if we tell the truth about what they did, it's legal?
Perfectly.
Ruth shuts the books.
We can't kill any of them?
The killing stops today, ladies. All in the name of getting rid of male gods.
But what happens to us? The agency? I like being around here. If we stop killing, what's keeping any of us?
Don't worry about that. No one's going anywhere. We all clearly love each other.
Wait, so you're saying we just tell them about the terrible things male gods have done?
Like our exiles? The way we were manipulated by them?
Like how gods are the ones sending men into danger in the first place?
Bingo.
What's in it for us?
This is a lot to ask.
Jason gets to tell everyone how much of a monster I am right now. But if there aren't any gods...
And men are willing to listen to women's stories.
We're remembered. We're revered. And maybe you throw something in about my head and see if anybody knows how it looks or where it's kept or how to steal it or, anything you can find out.
Oh, Medusa, your head doesn't define.
But that's totally secondary. First, we take out the gods, and then we become them.
Lights out. Scene 3. The Avon. Medusa and Athena stand near Medusa's desk.
I knew you'd take the bite.
Knew how.
You underestimate me, Medusa.
Did you do something to force it?
I didn't even need to bother. I knew it would be too tempting. So, what are we doing? We lure them into a pit, chop their balls off. Although I'm not sure that'll do much. It's amazing how Zeus can spawn endless balls. He offered to show me once. Did I ever tell you that story? One of the parties at Dionysus's got really wild ones. Turns out there's no limit to the amount of wine he can make. And of course, because Zeus always has to be the center of the universe, he got completely wrecked and was offering to bring me into a side bedroom, let me watch him grow balls wherever I was.
His forehead?
Quite a visual.
What did it look like?
Oh, honey, you think I would say yes to that?
I would.
Curiosity gets the cat pounded, babe. All of them are practically dying to deflower me. I'm the last frontier for them, but you won't find me in any situation that even remotely encourages that. Ball conjuring be damned. Do tell, though. What if you all got cooked up besides mortals here? Some elaborate trick, prison, endless sex to distract them from wars?
It's simpler than that, really.
I like fanfare.
We can't fight them with fanfare, you know that. So, we'll fight them with rumors.
Rumors?
How do you kill a god, Athena?
You can't.
You access to get rid of gods.
Male god.
And to get rid of a god, you make sure no one believes in them.
I'm not following.
We're just now testing it, but that's the plan. To let the torture victims go with a newfound sense of faith.
So you're pushing them to believe in just me? Oh, I love it.
No.
Well, dear, you aren't a god, so you can't make them believe in you. Hate to break it to you, but you can't just become a god because you want to. It takes a divine destiny.
I wasn't going to make them believe in anything. No substitute.
No.
What do you mean, no? I think it's brilliant.
Absolutely not. It'd never work.
You came to me, remember? Because I can assemble a team.
I could have assembled a team.
You have a feud with literally everybody.
I wanted a chance to work with you. I was expecting something great.
Sometimes you don't need to be great. You just need to be clever.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe you aren't supposed to get it.
You haven't established where this stops, babe. I don't want you all getting out of control. What if Hera does something you don't like, huh? What if she makes your descendants super ugly, or dare I say it, weak little wallflowers who look to men for guidance?
Your stepmother doesn't concern me.
How about Aphrodite, huh?
I'm not gonna kill someone just for being hot. Just the gods who have done us all wrong,
Poseidon.
among others. Everyone here has issues with at least one.
Well, we start with Poseidon, which would be great fun for both of us.
Zeus,
Zeus.
go big or go home.
I figured we start at the bottom, make Zeus and the rest of them scared. Maybe they'd turn to me for help.
The girls are already working on it now. Too late to change gears. Look, just because Zeus is your dad.
I don't care about that. We're following my plan. And my plan is to start with Poseidon. For us.
No.
You can't tell me no. That's not how this works.
Says who?
Your goddess.
Isn't this what you wanted? For us to take them by surprise?
No. Well, yes, but...
What do you think? I could take you out?
Medea enters, but hides behind the curtain when she notices Athena. Medea watches in excited awe. Neither Medusa nor Athena notice her.
Can't imagine why I want to.
I was looking out for you. You were broken.
That's not looking out.
I gave you the snakes.
Which you now have.
I loaned you the snakes. The whole reason you have this entire agency is because of me. Without me, you would have been nothing.
Without you, I'd still be alive.
Oh, babe, you can hardly claim that. You don't know the future, or what could have been. Only Tiresias the creep does.
The creep.
He was peeping while I was bathing. So I did what any woman would do.
You told your dad?
Like Zeus cares about what happens to me. Don't play dumb, babe. It's unbecoming. I blinded him.
Fair.
You know what wasn't fair? Chariclo. Remember her?
The nymph?
Tiresias' mother. She came to me and begged for his vision back.
Really?
And I was like, you know what your son does with that vision? And she was like, he's a devoted son. Like, yeah, probably because he doesn't want to see you naked, babe. But you know, Zeus doesn't let us take back a curse, so instead, I let Tiresias be a seer. A blind one, though. Loved the irony of it. Gave him a taste of what he was missing.
Athena, I didn't know.
I like being known for starting wars.
You're just telling me this because you want me to be sympathetic.
Babe, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You knew what it was like to be taken advantage of.
There wasn't anything else I could do. Poseidon rules the sea.
Don't say his name.
I couldn't curse him. It's much easier when the guilty party is a weak little mortal. You know that.
So instead you cursed me? The victim?
Oh, babe, you're looking at it all wrong. I empowered you. You got to kill so many men. So many that would do the same thing. You laughed your way to the bank, baby. You know how fun that was to watch? That was like a proud Girl Scouts troop, Mom.
My head got taken from me, and now you won't give it back. I could be great again, Athena.
The head doesn't change anything.
Circe walks in, oblivious. She's got Hamlet, the pig, in tow, who sniffs towards where Medea is hiding. In a basket, she holds a couple stuffed pigs.
Hey, Athena, good to see you. Would still die for your figure, you little hottie. It's one of the worst that keeps you slim, right?
And, you know, being a god.
Right.
Hamlet keeps sniffing towards Medea.
We're in the middle of something, Circe.
Yeah, of the walkway. Yeah.
She notices Hamlet.
Oh, sorry. I think he's upset he isn't the center of attention.
Medusa and Athena look at Circe's basket.
Oh, the ones that didn't buy the new belief system.
How's it going?
We've let countless numbers go.
Countless because you don't know numbers, or...
It's a waste of my precious time. Well, I don't want to interrupt a cute girl power session. Divine secrets of the Greek sisterhood over here, am I right? Okay, toodles.
Circe skips out. Hamlet looks at Athena. Almost dreamily, Athena sneers, unsheathes her sword, the pig shivers, then scampers behind Circe.
Don't get drunk on power, Medusa. I won't be threatened.
I'm already dead.
You know how many male gods there are? If I suggested a game to see who could torture all of you, they'd be here faster than you know.
And then you'd be stuck right where you are.
I'm not letting you kill me, you hear that? I will absolutely obliterate you before you ever get the chance. I am the goddess of war. You don't fuck with me. No one does.
I'm not scared of a god smiting me.
What about your girls, huh? What if I took them out too?
They all like you, though.
They ought to. I'm the baddest bitch there is.
I want to help you. They do too. All I'm asking for is in return is my head back.
You're serious, huh, babe?
Deadly.
I can't do what you're asking.
Bring my head back.
It won't be the same. You know it.
Lights out. Then, a singular spotlight on Medea. She looks down at her own hair, holds it, looks around, looks to the crowd, lights out again. Scene 4, paralysis. The conference table is back again. The mythological man-haters and company sign gleams a little less. Ruth presides over Circe, Scylla, Seth, and Mel. Circe has Hamlet on a leash and her basket of pigs nearby. Hamlet is suffering from a marked depression at this point.
And on today's agenda, where's Medea? Lilith? I told Medea was at 2.
It's been what? A year since we've seen Lilith?
We'll have to remind them both that they're expected on time.
Clocks can be hard to read. No one in our family's good at it.
I can read time.
You're the black sheep, so.
We're here to check in on our progress, ladies, not endlessly bicker. I can start. How about Mel?
Me first? It's fine. Everything is fine.
How many did you convert?
50?
Above average. Wonderful.
How did you manage to do that?
We'll discuss methods later.
Ruth, can't you let us have a little fun here? Maybe we can have a meeting where we don't have to follow an agenda, huh? Break the rules?
Without law, there's who knows, who cares.
We're going into the great unknown, girls. Eyes on the prize, the grisly end of male gods. What do you think happens to them when they disappear? Do you think they know?
We could ask them.
How do you suppose we find them if they've disappeared?
They'll be in the last place we look.
Ruth, have any of them disappeared yet? The consensus is unclear.
You have footage of us though, right? I'd love to watch myself. I've had my audiences captivated. I think you all could learn a lot.
In a bit.
No, now.
Seth reaches for a remote on the table. She hits the button. The agitated chorus immediately settles down. Ruth noticed this and gives up.
Hi, hello. You have a moment to talk? Lula, what? No. I'm not part of an MLM. I'm here as a concerned citizen. I'm Seth, and you are? Well, actually, your name doesn't matter much. All I need to know is if you're a farmer. You are? Good, great. Well, actually not good. I was just thinking about winter. Terrible, isn't it? I have very trustworthy evidence that Hades is actually behind it. Yeah, have you heard of him? He's totally out to kill crops, and he's totally a shit husband. But he kills crops, too. Winter, all him. I know. But there's this study that I just heard about. You read The New Yorker? Of course, you're busy planting things. I'll let you get back to that in a second. The study said that Hades can't make winter as strong if we all stop believing in him. Like, you just stop thinking about him or saying his name or, wow, love the enthusiasm. That's, wow, yeah. Maybe hold off on telling your friends. I'll do that for you. Want to make sure any of them have read the New Yorker study that we can talk about it in detail, right? Well, great talking. Have fun without winter.
What was that?
A masterclass in persuasion.
Don't tell other people.
I want to show them my dazzling personality.
That was boring. Play mine.
Ruth hits a button. Circe stands up.
Hey, friend. Looks like the sirens got you. Yeah, your ship is totally gone. Complete bottom of the ocean. Speaking of the ocean, have you ever been snorkeling? Oh, you have to. I once tracked a piece of sand as it got carried by the waves for like 60 miles. I have great vision. I made a potion to give myself the world's best vision. My vision is so good I can read your thoughts. See, right now you're thinking, what's for dinner? No, I'm joking. I can read your thoughts. But I'd like to, yeah. Oh, bad that smell is my fire. Yeah, see, I actually have to feed a bunch of girls, so I was gonna cook you all up, since you're pigs right now. Yeah, I love that little panicked oinking. I can change you back, though. I just need you to listen to a story first. Let me get comfy. Okay, so, once upon a time, there was a god called Glaucus. Really gorgeous. Like an eggplant. You know what I mean. I knew I was going to marry him. Except he didn't know he was going to marry me. I mean, he rejected me for my hotter cousin. Horrible. I could have been a goddess. Yeah, instead I was nothing. Pretty unsettling that you could believe in him with all your heart and love him and be devoted to him and willing to make him whatever food he wants in the middle of the night and he could just smile at you one day. Isn't it funny? Almost makes you want to live your life like he doesn't exist. Yeah, it's simple, really. Anytime you hear his name mentioned, you tell people that stupid harebrain doesn't exist. Okay, and he'll get too weak to smite you. Swear on my life. In fact, do you think you could do that for me? Yeah, tell people he doesn't exist. If you promised you would, I'd turn you back into a human. You'd have fingernails and eyebrows again. Tempting, isn't it? Now, if you don't want to tell people Glaucus doesn't exist, I'll just keep you as a pig and cook you for dinner tonight. Okay, I know. It's a hard choice. I'll let you think for a while.
I've never been snorkeling.
Oh, we should go right now.
Glaucus? You picked Glaucus?
Ruth, to stop the fighting, clicks through to the next recording. Scylla stands immediately. She has 12 heads now.
Pick one face and just stare at it. It'll keep you from getting dizzy. I'm gonna keep this short. I'm hungry and I could eat you right now. Well, I always rip your balls off first since they taste like garbage that's been sitting out in the sun for 2 weeks and then is rolled around in salt, but that only takes just a second. Although you seem like a good listener. So what if I told you about my dad, Triton?
Ruth clicks through. Scylla sits. Mel stands.
I have all these other sisters that are so talented. Muses even. I wanted to sing. My dad, Zeus, don't know if you've heard of him, wouldn't let me. He broke my spirit. I became a tragedy.
Everyone looks at Mel skeptically. She sings a scale, complete with a vocal run. It's impressive. Ruth clicks again. She stands.
Uncle Sam. Turns out he wants only 50% of the population. 49% actually. There's statistically far more women with far less power.
Ruth sits, clicks. Medea walks on stage.
Helios helped me escape, but that wasn't helping me. He made me live with this.
Ruth quickly clicks. Medea exits. Medusa comes to the stage.
Bet you $500 this is about Poseidon.
Athena.
Ruth clicks.
Did I hear that right? Did she just say Athena?
Poor thing must be mistaken. Mix their names up. I do that all the time. I don't know half your names.
You sing? I do. Look at you. Where's your Grammy? How can she hate Athena? Athena's hot, cool, and kills so many guys.
What if you taught me how to sing? We could start a group. Destiny's Demon Child.
I could.
I once forgot my own name.
Order. Ladies, we have a problem.
That you hate fun? That's the only problem here, Ruth.
Justice Ginsburg.
Then I'm Queen Persephone to you.
It does have a nice ring to it.
Thanks. It does feel a little too formal most of the time, you know? I want to be approachable to the tortured souls.
Ladies, seriously, shut up! I'm sorry it came to that. You know I pride myself on my unwavering decorum and my dedication to the law, and also opera and theater, and exercising regularly with my new celestial physical trainer. However, I've come to an important realization that I feel I must share. I couldn't figure out why we weren't hearing reports of gods going missing. They'd be all over the social networks. You wouldn't hear the end of it. There'd be conspiracy theories.
What is it?
The plan, as outlined in Section 4C of our new code, was, and I quote, The group will focus on one god to target in our rumors. Each member of the group will play to her strengths, but they will focus on one god until instructed to proceed to the next.
So, I'm not following.
You all aren't focusing on one god.
I've only talked about Zeus.
Well, kiss all day over here.
I don't have time to unleash wrath on anyone but my husband.
I can't believe Triton is still standing with how many men I've talked to. I can convert 12 times. As many men as any others, one for each head.
Medusa wanted us to focus on Zeus first.
Just like you to steal the show.
What?
You turned into Mariah Carey one time and now you think you're the queen bee here.
Unfair. It's unfair. It's natural for her. I have 12 heads that all want to talk about my dad, Triton.
I can't promise I'll remember.
I didn't choose.
What next? We all have to sing ballads?
12 heads, 12 mouths that can say whatever they want.
That's what we agreed upon.
No one agreed.
True, that was all Medusa.
She never lets us weigh in on things.
She lets me pick the spice rubs for the pigs. Oh, it takes weeks to decide.
Well, even if we let you all tell your story, Sam over here is spreading libel.
I'm not.
You did claim Hades was responsible for winter.
He is.
So you've been taking credit for his thing this whole time?
Finally, a woman blatantly stealing credit from a man. Good for you, honey.
I'm not.
Pick one.
I mean, he's the one who stole me in the first place. He caused winter by association. That's how I retaliated. I would have never been a vengeance demon had I not been a child bride first, duh.
Oh dear, you've always had a vengeance demon deep inside you. Even if you've been married off at a more reasonable age, say like 12, you still would have ended up here.
Thank you.
I still think it's dangerous territory.
It's a nuanced story, and if there's anyone worse with nuance or emotional arcs, it's
Men.
Especially ones who feel threatened.
Don't worry, honey. We can target Hades next.
He's easy. Most men are creeped out by child brides.
Zeus first, then a quick demise for Hades.
Quick? I bet once we put our efforts in, it'll only take days. Then you'll rule the underworld by yourself, you lucky girl.
That's... No.
You could get a second set of hands from one of these lovely ladies if you want.
I don't want him to disappear.
We could work a little psychological torture if that's what you want.
No.
You traitor!
Being married isn't so bad. I know how to get my way. I do this thing where I let him think things I suggested were his idea and there's no pushback. And I know how to pump him up when he gives next to no effort so I get a little help consistently. It's not bad. I like not being alone. He's got a wicked sense of humor and the most beautiful devilish grin. He brings out the worst of me in the best way.
Tragic.
Stockholm Syndrome is common.
Happens to the best of us. Married long enough and any of us could fall victim.
Just because you're all sad and not getting any doesn't...
Honey, if there's anything I taught you all, it's that no man can outperform a vibrator. No refractory period.
All we ask is hours of stamina. It shouldn't be that hard.
They refuse to even try, and I have 12 heads over here. I have needs.
Do you have 12?
Ladies, we digress.
Look, it's not my fault. I like being subbed, and Hades is great at it.
You want to be helpless intentionally. You role play with the norm? I thought you were a better feminist, Seth. We can take men down at all costs. Screw equality, domination. That's all we want. I don't need men for anything.
It's hot. It's a departure for me personally. I'm normally on top, except in the bedroom.
Oh, well, that's what kinks are for, girls. A little subversion.
Exactly.
Medea walks in looking panicked.
Medea, you can settle this. Didn't you love it when Jason would take over in bed? tie your arms and legs down, and then your hair, hook you up to an electrical current, and then cut off your airways by using...
I'm too fragile for this.
Glad to have you here, Medea. We're in the midst of trying to get everyone on the same page with taking Zeus out first. The plan won't work otherwise.
Athena punished Medusa?
Oh, yes, it's a great story.
Not the time.
Some of us were wronged by women and get to take out our anger on men now.
How'd you find that out?
Athena, we don't talk to gods.
I didn't. I overheard her and Medusa.
I knew it!
It's always about her head.
I can't believe she'd do this.
There doesn't seem to be logical reason other than her head.
I bet this whole plan is just to get her head back. It has nothing to do with us. We wouldn't be better off without male gods.
We would. You included.
Medusa hasn't been the same since she lost her head.
Do you think this whole agency was started just for us to help her find it? I mean, we can't do that then, because if we find it...
You're all out on your asses, and I'm stuck in the underworld full time.
Thanks for the reminder that you have a plan B.
Medusa becomes a god.
That's impossible. Wait, no, that's totally possible.
I don't think. Tell us everything you heard.
All the information she would give would be hearsay. We couldn't use it.
Not everything is a case, Ruth.
So what? We're supposed to just pretend we don't know this is all about Medusa? We just continue on this long-term slow removal of gods?
We all have infinite time.
I don't have infinite patience.
Labor unions require a full agreement, and since this group has never agreed upon anything...
Except Bad Girls Club! I love that show!
Even though it reinforces terrible stereotypes, turns all the women against each other on purpose, and is clearly produced by men, it's just so fun. I feel so seen.
Yeah, that's the one where they all own a bar in Philadelphia, right? No, it's the one where the mom raises her daughter from teen pregnancy and sends her to Yale. Yeah, I love that one.
See, we don't even agree what show we're talking about. Therefore, we must present arguments and turn it to an impartial jury.
Ruth!
Let us commence with our opening song.
Can we skip it?
We don't challenge the Greek, Scylla, which is probably part of the problem, but I digress. Proceed with the opening remarks.
The group forms behind Mel begrudgingly.
Who won the world? Who run the world?
They immediately stop resisting. This is the anthem. Even Hamlet accompanies them.
Girls!
The defense may proceed.
Mel steps forward.
I might have the power of Beyonce pumping through me, but I still think, we ought to stick to the plan. Yes! We might be targeting my dad first, but he sucks! And imagine! A world without gods! Medusa might get her head, but whatever. We don't need her. And we wouldn't need her if the world were completely different!
A worthy defense. I won't weigh in, but if I did, well, the respondent can now present her case.
Seth steps up. Scylla immediately steps in front of her.
No one wants to hear any more about your sex life.
Cersei steps up in front of Scylla, proud.
You're gonna represent us?
What? Oh, no. I was just basking in the spotlight for a second. I do love a good audience.
Look, I'm all for reconstructing the world, but letting them just go is such a drag. What if it doesn't work? Then we've denied ourselves the simple pleasure of nothing.
Oh, the squealing.
She looks to Hamlet, who makes no noise.
Oh, see, it's so disappointing without that.
The cries of hunger.
I especially like when they beg for their mothers at the most sacred and vulnerable. Isn't it funny how even the baddest and toughest men turn to women? I just don't want us to get our hopes up and lose out on all of the fun we have if it doesn't work out. Besides, Mel gets to take her dad out, and the rest of us just have to wait while our guys walk around unscathed. And for who knows how long, what if some of us never get a turn?
A compelling rebuttal. It's reasonable to expect disappointment. That always seems to happen.
I'd like to weigh in.
Sweet! We got this in the bag. Team Athena, scorched earth strikes again.
I used to get really riled up at the idea of death and destruction, don't get me wrong. I even conspired against my own dad for the sake of my husband. And I understand disappointment, that's why we're all here. But something has to change. Athena isn't who I thought she was. That isn't to say that she's not great, but maybe she isn't the same great. All that force that we enact has aftershocks on ourselves. Brute force got me here. And while an eye for an eye is fun, there has to be something else. Just because men made domination and competition the rules of the game doesn't mean that that's the only way to do things. There's a different story. Well, lots of food for thought here. We now need an unbiased jury. The pigs.
What?
Oh, they're sentient.
They're men.
Changed men. And they've been listening to us. They know our plight. That and pigs are more capable of forming emotional bonds than most men under the age of 30.
Don't let us down, please.
We need a representative juror to deliver the verdict.
Hamlet!
Oh, Hamlet is dragged to center stage.
Well, jury, will we go back to brutal torture, or will we continue with the power of story?
Hamlet hunts for a while. Quite a while.
Wow, careful consideration there. Well, ladies, I present you with the verdict. We continue. We tell our stories. We do our best. We don't get slapped with libel suits.
Lights up. Lights up on Medea. Medea stands by herself in the middle of the stage.
I don't understand. I'm just the secretary. I take notes and I conjure up staplers. Want to see? They can't do that. Athena?
Lights out again. Scene 5, episode. The sign has changed. Instead of mythological man-haters and company, it now reads mythological truth-tellers, dissenting women and company. Medusa and Athena walk in from opposite sides. Medusa notes that Athena isn't carrying the shield with her head on.
Did you hear about Zeus? Gone. Kaput. I told you.
You did this.
I did.
No, well, you did get rid of Zeus, and I'm impressed, but I knew not to trust you. I knew the power would go to this head just like it did the last one.
Which you still owe me.
I need it now, thanks to you.
What?
Babe, do not play dumb with me. It isn't cute, it isn't funny, and it isn't going to spare you my wrath once I figure out how to get myself out of this all by myself, per usual.
I'm not playing dumb.
That head, that power, is mine. Clearly you've forgotten.
I was laying on the floor. Your floor that I had been cleaning before. You came into the room and I thought, oh, thank God. Thank God I serve Athena. Good, bright, badass Athena. Athena who will avenge me. Athena who will make sure this doesn't go unpunished.
He's a god, Medusa. What won't you understand about that? You think I could just go and what? Slap him on the wrist? Imprison him? I can't beat him. So I got creative. I saw how angry you were. So I decided to make that anger huge. No one touched you again. Poseidon, as far as I'm concerned, is a child. I pity him. He was trying to get back at me whatever way he could because I won Athens. So he came to my palace in the city to mark his territory by ruining something of mine.
Someone of yours.
You're an object to him, babe. It wasn't personal. And it's particularly rich that you bring him up like he's the enemy when you're playing directly into the palm of his hand, teaming up.
I wouldn't ever talk to him.
So you had a messenger. Which one of them?
This is insane.
I'm on the run because of you. I hope you're happy.
Because we killed Zeus?
I didn't trust the conspiracy rumors.
Silica, for the record, does not have 12.
The conspiracy about me. We're talking about me.
Medea comes in.
Medusa, something's really wrong. And are you okay? Is there anything we can do?
Don't talk to her.
I'm sorry, but
she's a traitor to all of us.
You sacrificed me.
We could start telling counter stories.
Counter to what?
That Athena is responsible for Zeus's disappearance. They're all coming for her.
Who said that?
I heard it from a few of my captives.
Everyone else has too. I came to tell you before it was too late.
The damage is done.
I don't understand.
Poseidon has started a gang of gods. They're coming for me.
I didn't.
It doesn't matter. This was a mistake.
No, it's not. We can fix it, right? We'll fix it.
We don't owe her anything.
She's in the same trap as the rest of us. She is one of us.
Don't flatter yourself.
Even if she is.
Poseidon is coming for her with a whole group of gods, Medusa. Who knows what they'll do to her just to make a point.
You're just collateral, babe.
Medusa.
Touche. But also, damn, now I get what it feels like.
She didn't mean it. The group wouldn't want to see her hurt because of us. Stop being so prideful.
I need my head.
Not this again.
I used to be fearless. I always won. I had dozens of snakes. It was so metal.
I don't know what it'll do now.
Do you have it with you?
Always.
If you give it back, you can stay here. They won't find you. They want nothing to do with us.
Please, you'll seriously do the rest of us a favor if we never have to hear about it again. It's literally all she talks about, and I think that Scylla might lose at least 11 of her 12 heads if she has to hear about it again. Also, you're a badass bitch, and I'm honestly a little starstruck, and I love you even more now that I know that you're flawed, but you're still a total force to be reckoned with, and you're hot. On top of that, you're like a femme fatale.
Oh, you naive mink. I mean, I was flattered until the femme fatale bit. That's an insult. Only men with weird kinks and a deep-seated belief that women in power must have manipulated their way to get here think that's something that should be said out loud.
In a post-feminist world, film noir is dead. And not missed. Well?
I don't have any other options.
Athena exits for a moment. Medusa lights up in anticipation. This is it. Athena comes in with a shriveled head. The eyes are propped open, the snake spread out. Medusa is too excited to actually see how sad this thing is. Medea looks at it in disappointed disbelief.
Yes. Yes, see? Look at this. You can't let go of this look, this power.
Medusa puts the head on top of hers. She inhales, wiggles her fingers expectantly. She closes her eyes and waits.
You might want to leave her be. This could get pretty weird.
I'll go let the rest of them know that you're joining us. They'll all be thrilled.
Medea exits.
Everything you hoped for?
It'll kick in any minute.
All right.
Do something.
I'm staying out of the way of the intimate reunion.
You made this work the first time, make it work again.
I didn't do anything the first time.
Animate the snakes. Make my eyes glow.
You did that. I just summoned the power for you to change.
Do it again.
Done.
It didn't work.
I did what I did last time.
You're not helping.
I'm doing what I can.
That's not true.
Don't yell at me, I won't have it.
You made this whole mess in the first place.
Do you know what it was like to fight my way to the top? All the wars I had to start, all the feuds. My own mother stopped looking at me. But I wanted to be strong. You know that feeling. When a man looks at you in awe, maybe in fear. It's intoxicating. I'm the only one up there. I play their game. I'm devastatingly good at it. I'm alone. I'm a walking target. I have to constantly look over my shoulder. They want to get back at me. They want to do the only thing that's left to put me in my place.
It'd be a pity if you had to join the rest of us, huh?
I already did.
I know, the pity party peeping Tom story.
Hephaestus. He caught me in a moment of weakness. All I had left was the ability to make sure no children came of it.
What?
He knew not to say anything. I'm Zeus's oldest daughter, after all. You don't let Zeus know you desecrated his property. Zeus doesn't take kindly to other men thinking they have a right over his things.
I didn't know anything.
I became the goddess of war to avoid this. Talking about it.
So then if you knew what it was like, Why did you?
I made you untouchable. I didn't send them to kill you. That's just what happens when you're at the top. They want to take you down first to make a point to every other unruly woman. And because you couldn't have that power anymore, I've been using it myself.
Medusa shakes one of the snakes angrily.
Why isn't it working now?
You can't go back.
I want the power back.
You have it. You're going to have it. Once we finish what we started.
Oh God. This isn't one of those bullshit stories where the thing they were searching for was something they had all along, right?
The snakes do look good on you.
Pretty hot, right?
This was always my plan for you, Medusa.
Medusa straightens, adjusts the head.
Our plan.
Lights out. Scene 6, EXO. The sign now says Mythological World Makers and Company. At the table, everyone sits, minus Athena and Seth. Cersei still has her stuffed pigs. She holds Hamlet close.
Now I need to tell you one last very important thing.
I thought we were done with turning men into pigs.
Oh, these are just stuffed animals. I realized I'd be sad without little companions. Aren't these cute? As I was saying, the Greek plays, the comedies always end in marriage.
The old order is out, sir.
I'm nostalgic, so sue me.
I can represent you, pro bono even.
No time for that, girls. I have an announcement.
I guess I could marry you.
Seth enters, looking lighter than ever.
Actually, I have a better idea.
She waves around papers.
The new Greek comedies end in divorce now.
Oh, how radical.
I didn't think you would. You were all right. I didn't need him. He sucked. I just hadn't found the right vibe yet. It's rechargeable.
That'll do it.
Atta girl.
Really though, a divorce? How utterly civil.
Well, you got me thinking. Torture is kind of fun, and I might miss it a little bit, right? So I hit him with the papers before we made him disappear. I wanted him to feel the sharp pain of rejection since we can't be sure if any of them felt themselves wither away.
What happened?
He yelled. He threatened. He begged. He got on his knees at my feet. He cried. He pleaded. He sobbed. It was awesome. A really good final act of vengeance, if you ask me. I've got no problem retiring now.
No retiring. We have a new job ahead of us.
The New World Order.
How are we supposed to do that?
I've never had any authority over me.
I've always had dominion over the pigs. I'm a natural born leader. I can run this.
But then you'd have less time to tend your pigs.
Oh, alas, I cannot run the world. I'm too dedicated to Hamlet. Oh, I withdraw my candidacy.
I only know how to sing and cry. But Seth, you got some experience.
I was only ever an ornamental queen.
Speaking of, when Elizabeth is finally ready, can she join us?
I love her accent.
I bet she knows how to let loose, unlike a certain someone.
I have a court to preside over.
Well, it's terrible we have no one with godly experience.
Athena walks in.
Did I?
looks normal.
Did I just summon you? Do I have a new power now that I'm not a sea monster all the time?
Am I interrupting?
Perfect timing. We'd love to have you rule the new world.
No thanks.
What?
But you'd be perfect for it.
No need for fire and brimstone anymore. That's my only specialty.
We are trying to come up with something new.
You should at least weigh in, Athena.
Medusa gestures to the empty seat.
But that's Lilith.
She'd be sad if we forgot about her.
She hasn't been to any of the meetings in a year.
Maybe it's time to let her go. I think she's moving on too.
She's vegan anyway. She doesn't know how to have fun.
So, any ideas?
I don't know how to picture something so different.
Because we haven't been allowed to before. We weren't allowed to hope for the unknown. We were told to fear it. Now, we embrace it.
Lights out. Cersei appears with Hamlet.
Greek plays are supposed to end in parties. I know we're throwing away the rest of the framework, but we can keep this as a little treat, I think. Let's go, girls.
Everyone else immediately joins her, popping bottles of champagne. A full party.
Ruth, come on, live a little, break the rules.
I'll make the toast to our new beginnings and to the unwavering power of Roe v. Wade. What?
Ruth, I don't know how to.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Very